Hi, friend.
Hello.
How are
everybody.
you?
I'm great. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm Jennifer Tryon, and I'm with Vicki Boutin.
Hi, friends. And it's really, if you know me, it all came down to me. Technical difficulty.
It actually, I'm going to shoulder part of the blame because I was live earlier tonight, which meant we didn't get our normal time before a live to really get bolstered and set up because, we're just seem to be pumping it out these days.
Well, it's all good. I'm sure everybody is fine. I see lots of friends out there. Hi, friends. Hi, Lael. Hi, guys. I'm excited. So even though we started at maybe 8:45 instead of 8:30, it will be worth it.
Totally.
I have the things set up. I have my box ready to open together. So, it's not super polished, especially if Vicki's in the house.
Well, so I'm so excited because Vicki got a Cricut, right?
I did. I'm very excited. I just took all of the wrapper off so that when we got started, you didn't have to watch me actually unpack the plastic off of it. Well, and I plugged it in, and Jen told me to download. What did I download, Jen?
Cricut you downloaded Cricut Design Space. So I got lots of people messaging saying, you know what, I've got a Cricut and I've still got it in the box, or I'm a little intimidated to take it out of the box. So I think it's such a great idea, Vicki, you had to say, you know what, I got a Cricut. I'm new to Cricut. Now what do I do? Because I don't think you're alone. I think there's lots of people that have machines and they get machines and then they live in the box. That's because
we're collectors. We collect the things because you show it. You're going to have a big event. Okay, I don't want to miss out. You get it?
Yes.
And then you're like, oh, okay, that just is very intimidating. So I laughed because one of the ladies had posted, I hope you have 24 hours to figure it out. I'm like, I have Jen Tryon. I'm not gonna. Nobody got time for that. I have Jen Tryon. She's going to walk me through it, and I'm going to take this event and I'm going to be a pro. Well, I'll at least be able to turn it on and do things with it.
100%. The event you're talking about is the Cricut virtual event. It's the homemade Cricut virtual event, which is basically a weekend-long Cricut crafting extravaganza. You can register by going to homemade.ca and you can get $20 off if you use the code VICKI20, which is awesome. Vicki's giving you guys all kinds of savings, and it's perfect for anyone who, maybe you already have a Cricut, or maybe you've been thinking about getting a machine, but you don't really know what to do or where to start. That's where Vicki's at. So she's taking the event. So I went ahead and shipped Vicki a box early because as part of the registration, what happens is many of you have already joined us at some of Catherine, the SCT card making or the SCT scrapbooking type events. Hands up if you've been to one of Catherine's events and taken Vicki's classes. Yay!
I've been there.
Yeah, totally. So it's a similar style where we're going to deliver a big box of goodies to your door. So tonight we are going to unpack Vicki's new Cricut Maker 3. But Vic, before we get going with that, I sent you the event box because part of your registration, you get the weekend's worth of classes if that's what you opt for.
But Christmas in the Boutin house right here.
You also get that big box of supplies. So before we unpack the Cricut Maker 3, which we will set up tonight, by the way, I'm not going to leave you hanging, Vicki. Let's get to that delicious box because I think people want to see all the stuff that they're going to get. Now, I will say, what I have shipped, Vicki, you have not opened this. I can see you haven't even cracked the tape. Good girl. That's restraint.
I told you I would save it. I wouldn't open it until we did it together.
That's so great. Kathy White is asking for the event. Can you use either the Maker or the Explorer? 100%. As long as you've got a Cricut machine that is compatible with Design Space. So not the older ones that you use the cartridges exclusively in, but one where you can use Design Space, you are good to go. So Vicki,
so which Cricuts then? Which Cricut, for anybody who's, because sometimes when you're an expert. So, right. Well,
I don't know. I hope
I'm gonna put that title on you. So let's help those people who, because if you're new, like I am, like a lot of people were telling me what machines they have, but they're not out of the box. So which Cricuts will work?
So
like,
the Cricut,
do you know the numbers and names?
Yeah, totally. Yeah. So
do
the
it.
The Cricut Maker, any of the Cricut Makers, the new Maker 3, the original Cricut Maker, the Explore 1, 2, the new Explore 3, the Cricut Air. If you use your Cricut on your computer, it will work for the event.
That's perfect. I like that. If you can use your Cricut on the computer, then it will work for the event.
Yeah. So the old school Cricuts, you didn't have to use your computer. You just got a cartridge.
That's
and you
the
put
one
it in.
I had back in the day.
Yeah, that's the one I had too.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. That one has gone by the way of the flip phone. No one uses those anymore. Or you do use them, but you use the cartridges. And to be honest, I still have them. I've got Tamara with me behind the camera here, Vicki, and she's going to shout out some questions as they come in. Tamara.
What about the Joy? Can they use the Joy?
The Joy. So the Joy is the little mini Cricut machine, and we've got, yes, you can use the Joy, but I will tell you, the main classes are designed for a full-size Cricut machine, but most of the stuff you can cut on a 6-inch pad. But there is a class exclusively for the Joy. It's a card making class. We're going to be making tons of cards. There's a great teacher in that card who's going to really do a deep dive into the Joy. So you can add the Joy into your bundle if you want to learn more about the Cricut Joy. Same with the Cricut Maker. If you want to sew and you have a sewing machine and you want to cut fabric with the Cricut Maker, you can take my class where we're going to make a very cute purse clutch. Vicki, I know you want to learn to sew. This would be a great place for you to start.
That's the other thing that I'm going to learn. After this, I'm just going to do all of the things.
For sure. I mean, we're so inspired being like sort of creative people, right? You just want to do it all.
All of the things. Yeah. I love this. So I'm ready. Are we going to crack this open?
Crack it open. Let's do it. Let's see what's in there.
Hey, you told me to get a knife, so I wasn't like getting a butter knife or anything. I got the...
I sent her a list of things to have handy.
Try not to cut myself open.
And now I will say,
is so jam packed. It doesn't even like it's not even closed flat.
And I will say for the event, we're actually ordering bigger boxes because they do need to be bigger. And this really isn't even all the stuff. This is just the Cricut stuff that's coming. There's still more goodies. There's still little like Cricut, like there's some other surprises to come still. So because it's just not all in yet, but I've sent you all the
really enjoying this initial turquoise and polka dot awesomeness.
Good.
So oh, look at this. So tell me.
This is
don't forget, I know nothing. So
all right,
step me through.
This first thing that you're seeing, this first big thing that you're seeing is because we're giving you all new mats. So if you are new to Cricut, you're going to be completely outfitted. If you know about Cricut, you're probably peeing your pants right now because you know how much these cost at Michael's and you're getting all new mats. So the rest of the mats are at the very bottom of the box, but this is the fabric cutting mat. And Cricut Maker, the Cricut Maker, the one that you've got, Vicki, allows you to cut fabric and it has a little rotary cutter. So if you're wanting to cut out any sewing patterns, or let's say you wanted to make a t-shirt with a big V on the front and you wanted to iron it on.
Super Vicki.
Exactly, a cape. Yeah. A cape. You can cut the fabric out. Tamara.
Got a couple questions. When is the event?
It's at the last weekend of September. So what's that? 23, 24, 25. I think that's right. September 23, 24, 25. And the boxes will be shipped out around the beginning of September. And we're going to do a live box opening together. So yes, you'll see some of the stuff in Vicki's box tonight, but there's still going to be tons of new treats for you as well. So it's a little bit of a spoiler tonight, but there'll be lots of extra surprises tomorrow.
And is it open to people in the US?
Yes, it's open worldwide. The
Woo!
shipping, yes, it's open worldwide. We've got people, so many people registered from France, from England, from Australia, all over the world, plus everywhere, like all over the US, all over Canada. Yes, Cricut Canada is sponsoring this event. So it's because Cricut has officially come to Canada. They've always dealt with Canadians, but they've always had a US office. Now, Cricut is set up in Canada. Their website is being reflected in Canadian dollars. They're shipping from Canada to Canada. So hopefully you're following Cricut on Facebook, Cricut CA, and then you're going to be getting lots of Canadian content. Okay, Vicki, keep going. What else did you find in there?
I'm ready.
Okay.
I was just waiting while you were
Sorry.
chatting.
I know.
Whoa, Is this so? We're going to make a pillow?
Yes, and we gave you the full pillow form.
The pull pillow form. The full pillow form. I love it. So it's a 20 by 20 pillow.
Yeah, and that's a
Oh
down
my
pillow.
goodness! Like, do I get to decorate my space too?
Yeah, look at the little cute succulent pots. This is one of the classes. We're gonna cut out. Yeah, we're gonna cut out the cutest little faces on those. And now you're getting to the tools.
Oh my goodness! Like, look at this stuff. Look at this. So, this is the weeding tool set.
Yes.
Look at that. Love it.
Ellie's wondering how she can register. You go to homemade.ca and you can read all about the classes. Vicki's holding up the sewing kit here. So if you add on the first class, you'll be getting that sewing kit. You will want to have a sewing machine for that kit. And yes, the prices are in Canadian dollars. So that's great for Canadians. And it's a little bonus for people in the US too, because it'll be a little bit cheaper for you. So yeah, the prices are in Canadian dollars.
And don't forget to use that code, right? They get money off when they use that Vicki 20.
Vicki 20 gives you $20
with an I.
off.
It's Vicki with an I.
Yes, Vicki with an I, $20 off registration. And if you, well, honestly, people can be getting $70 off registration. Did you know this, Vicki? Because if you choose give me everything, like I want all the stuff, give me everything, you automatically get $50 off. And then with your $20 off,
wow,
$70 off. There's $700 worth of stuff in the box.
And isn't
alone.
there still a giveaway open that you could still be entered?
If you register, what's the date today? It is.
I think it's till tomorrow, right?
Oh my goodness. Yes. So if you register before July 15th, so register tonight, you will be entered to win a new Cricut Maker 3 from Cricut.
So Linda's saying that, darn, she registered and didn't use any codes. Is there anything for that, or?
Linda, don't worry. We'll find something for you along the way.
That's awesome.
We'll find something for you along the way. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Look at this.
What's this?
A paper trimmer.
A full-size paper trimmer, you guys.
I love it.
That's great. I mean, who couldn't use another, A, paper trimmer, B, another paper trimmer, a sharp paper trimmer. You know, there's always room for this kind of stuff. Full-size everything, you know.
Love it.
Cricut has been so generous.
Oh my goodness. So what does this do?
So this is
card mat.
Yeah, this is for card making on the Cricut Joy. This is going to be
will
the next.
It only work with the Cricut Joy?
Yep. Okay. And the Cricut Joy has a special mat that allows you to put a pre-folded card in it so that you can cut out just the front and it doesn't cut all the way through the card. So if you want to buy boxes of, you know, cards that are pre-folded because they're just got cute designs, but you want to cut something out of the front, or you have a card that's already folded and you want to use the Cricut to do some nice handwriting on the front, but it's already pre-folded and you're worried that if you put it down flat on a mat, you're not going to get the centering quite right because that's a bit risky. This allows you to put your pre-folded card down and it won't cut through.
Very cool.
Very cool.
And I'm sure I'm not the only one. Oh my, there's something in here I'm super excited about.
What?
I'm going to show because there's a lot of things I'm super excited about, but this.
I know.
Freaking piquing my interest. Infusible ink markers. So tell me the magic I know these must make.
Honestly. So with infusible ink, you can, let's say, so the Cricut will draw for you. Let's say you want it to draw out an image instead of cut an image. You could color that image in, and then you could transfer it to a piece of fabric like a t-shirt, or you could transfer it to a mug and make your own mug, like design your own mug. with the mug press. So fun. My kids are actually going to teach this class. Class taught by kids for kids. So if you want to make it a family weekend with your kids or your grandkids, they're going to be showing how to make t-shirts using the infusible ink. But if you just want them for your own self, honestly, the price of the class, I think, is $39 for the whole class, which comes with, I think, 2 t-shirts, the full 30 pack of markers, plus some like sweet treats for the kids and some other things, which is $39 for that class. And the markers alone are, I think, are $59.
So people can pick and choose then, I guess, right? Like take it all or pick and choose what they want to learn.
Exactly. So we've got the main event, which is all day Saturday. And in that, you're going to be making the pillow with infusible ink. You're going to be making those cute little succulent pots. We're going to get down to the bottom of your box soon, Vicki, and you'll hear about the earrings we're going to make. And we're also going to, yes, we're also going to learn how to do iron-ons with heat transfer vinyl. We're all going to make a crafting apron. And then if you want to add on some extra classes with specific machines like the Joy, the Maker for sewing, and the kids class, you can add those on if you like.
Okay, I'm going to keep digging.
Let's see.
So card inserts, I would think that is with what you just showed, right?
Yeah, so you can use that on any machine, but those are going to be perfect for the Joy class.
Okay.
Tamara.
Denise is saying that she registered already, but didn't pick any classes. Can she add the classes on?
Totally, she can. Just go back to the registration page and you can go to add-on classes and you can pick which ones you want. If you want all 3, then we'll find a way for you to still save the $50. Just message me, Denise, if you want all 3.
I love it. Look it.
Oh gosh, the foiling kit.
I love it.
So this is also one of the main classes I forgot to say. We're going to do a full card making class where you're going to be able to make 5 or 6 cards. And we're going to show you how to personalize them with foil. So you could put like your whole name written out in foil. It's just glorious.
I love it.
Yeah, that's the whole foiling tip. That kit alone is worth about $70.
What?
I know. Cricut has been so generous. So generous in helping us fill this box.
So I don't know if holding up one thing, pens.
Yeah, the pens.
So when you're drawing, if you want to draw,
you will. Yes. So in the card making class, in both the foil and the Joy class, Rose, who's teaching them, is going to show you actually how to even draw on the inside of your card. So let's say you've got chickens. Yeah, you got chicken scratch handwriting. All you got to do is type it in the design space, like, "Dear Vicki, happy birthday, thinking of you, love Jen." The Cricut writes it out in some very cool font with those pens.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay. Adhesive foil.
This is for the earring class. And like, you know what, Vicki? Earrings are tiny. That is a full roll of foil.
I love it.
You're going to have so much left over. I'm telling you, when you get this box, there's got to be 9 rolls of full vinyl foil in there. Like, it's so, pick up that t-shirt for a second and show everybody how many rolls of vinyl and stuff are in there.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Look at it. It was like ready.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Blam.
Look at all those rolls. Those are like $20 each.
Holy crap.
I know. It's so good. It's so good. That one on the right.
I'm like, you're like looking, going, oh, Vicki, there's so much more for you to show. And I'm like just excited over the roll of foil.
Yes.
So there is a deep point blade and housing. So what would I use that for?
That's going to be for cutting wood, Vicki. So there's, yep, keep going. In your box, there's a bunch of packages of wood veneer, and that's what we're going to make the earrings out of. And so this is the kind of thing where it's like, maybe you've heard of the Cricut, and it's like you always thought like, oh, that's for cutting paper or that's for cutting vinyl. We're going to show you how you can cut all kinds of different things. In fact, I've got queued up on my mat tonight a way to cut your own stencils. Look at all the mat.
A big cutting mat, right?
Yep.
Light
so there's
grip
the
mat.
Yep. That's a light grip
I
mat.
need 6 more hands.
I
6
know.
more. So there's the light grip mat. there is a strong grip mat and the standard grip mat.
Yep. And
I
so
love it.
people who already know Cricut will know, you want fresh new mats every once in a while. And I love that we're just giving you a whole fresh start.
And we'll learn about what you use what for.
Totally.
Right?
Exactly. So for example, your standard grip mat, like you can put whatever cardstock, your light grip you can use with vinyl or paper that, might rip a little bit easier. That strong grip is what you're going to use for the wood and things like metal and chipboard and like really heavy duty stuff like that.
So I could mix media this too, right?
Totally. If you wanted to do like a great big embellishment for the front of a page, like your warm wishes, for example, that's coming out soon. If you wanted to do that logo in a wood, like even that darker wood that looks so warm and nice would look perfect with your new collection. You could totally cut that out of the wood and use it on a page or as the front of an album, just as a way. And, you don't have to then buy all of the ephemera all of the time. You're able to cut lots of your own. Same with like cut files, like all of these cut files that I've got cut here, it's brilliant for cut files. If you design your own cut files or if you shop VICKIBoutin.com for cut files, you can be cutting those out on the Cricut for sure.
I love it. So there's some transfer tape and then some other foil.
Yep. Everything you need.
An iron-on one. So there's lots of goodness in here, friends. Look at it all.
I know. It's not so fun. And honestly, it's just nice to be kind of outfitted. Like if you're just getting started with Cricut, for example, that's the infusible ink for the pillow. It's going to iron right on, which means the ink is going to become part of the fabric, which is just so cool.
Is this the ink?
Yeah, those are the two colors that are in that. It's going to put that design on your fabric or on your mug. Awesome. Yeah. It's very, very, it's a very slippery, deep slope. I'm going to warn you all right now. You're going to love it. Tomorrow.
Like, I'm just like this. Right?
Lisa says,
I love it. So I'm going to move all of this stuff off. That's an amazing box there, Jen, full of magic. So
yeah, and there's even more to come. Tomorrow, go ahead.
Lisa says she needs a Cricut. What should she buy?
Oh, this is such a good question. Lisa's asking?
Yes.
So Lisa's asking, she needs a Cricut. What should she buy? There is a link in the description if you guys want to click and see the machines. So what I kind of tell people is you don't necessarily have to, buy like the top of the line machine.
The Cadillac, right? You can get great results if you're not like financially, maybe that's not in.
Yes, 1,000%. And what I will say is right now, because Cricut has come out with these new machines, the new Maker 3 and the Explorer 3, all of the other Makers and Explorer machines, which are still amazing machines, are on crazy sale right now. So if you already know that you're mostly going to use this for scrapbooking or card making, you're mostly going to cut vinyl and paper and maybe sometimes dabble in some of the thicker stuff, that's predominantly what you craft, then I think you're probably good with one of the Explorer models. So like I've got one back here, the Cricut Explorer, and an older model too here of the Cricut Explorer. They're amazing machines. You'll be able to do tons with them. But if you know right away that for sure you want to be like upcycling old cardboard, you want to cut metal, you want to be able to cut humongous, like I don't know, you can cut up to 12 feet on the new Maker 3. For example, I'm just going to walk over here and show you. Vicki, I made these. These are like,
goodness.
Well, I'm going to move these, but these are like actual life-size versions of the kids. So I put their name and their age. I'm going to move this to the upstairs hallway, but I wanted to see if I could do it on the Cricut because the new Maker 3 will allow you to cut without the mat up to 12 feet using smart materials. So if you know you want to do some really big home decor and you don't want to be confined to just the size of a Cricut mat, which is normally 12 by 12 or 12 by 24, then maybe you do want to spring for the new Maker 3. And if you click the link, you'll be able to kind of compare and shop. And what I will say, Vicki, we didn't even mention that if people register for the event, once they register, yes, you'll be entered to win a Maker 3, but you also are going to get sent a coupon code for 10% off any new machine. And Cricut rarely puts the machines on sale, or sorry, rarely gives you extra off. Like you can get extra off the vinyl or the tools.
But not
but
usually the machines.
Yeah, an extra 10% off a new machine. So if you're kind of on the fence and you want a good deal, if you register for the event where you're going to get the whole box of stuff, you'll get an extra 10% off the new machine.
That's excellent.
So to answer her question, I would ask yourself what you're going to make most often. And if the sky's the limit budget wise, then just obviously you can go for the Maker, because then you're not, or the Maker 3, you're not inhibited at all. But if you're like, you know what, I want to spend, I don't want to go crazy, I'm mostly going to cut vinyl paper and, maybe a few other things, then I think one of the Explore options is totally fine for you.
So, yeah, because that's, Lisa just said, I can see the ideas flashing through Vicki's head, because I'm sitting here going, I have questions. So I literally am, friends. I have no clue what it does. I've not owned a Cricut since having the one with the cartridges.
So let's get it.
What will this do?
So, okay, it's going to cut almost anything you put on that mat. But really the sky's the limit. You're going to want to get into Design Space and start searching around for some projects. They're going to give you tons of ideas to get you started. But when you first open your box, like I have here, Cricut is really good about realizing that there's a bit of an intimidation factor. So when you first open your box, you're going to see your machine. So there's the new machine in the box. Like you, this is what happened with you, right? And then you got this envelope, right, Vicki?
See, I haven't opened it. I just took the box out.
Yeah, so let's open it together. Okay. So you open it up.
I feel like it's, and the winner is.
Yeah, exactly. It's like that kind of envelope, like an Oscar.
Vicki, because she has a new Cricut.
Exactly.
See, let's get started. Activate your machine on Cricut.com setup, which I did it, and it was very easy, and I am not tech savvy.
Yeah,
so I did it, and it wasn't hard.
Yeah,
it pretty much walked me through it.
So I'm gonna just take this out of the box, and then you're gonna see it comes with a bunch of materials. These are the smart materials, which means you don't need to cut these on a mat, Vicki. There's no mat in your box, because in your Cricut box, because you don't need to cut with a mat all the time, because that's the new kind of cool thing about the new machine.
So that's crazy talk. So it knows right away, like the depth, and you don't have to set anything like that.
Well, so when you're in Design Space, and we're going to get to it, but when you're in Design Space, once you press Make It, like you've got your project on your screen and you press Make It, it's going to ask you on the mat or off the mat. And it's going to ask you, what are you cutting? Vinyl, paper, cardstock, like vellum, wood, and then you'll tell the machine what you're cutting. And then it will go ahead and it will choose the optimal depth and speed for that project.
Can I ask another question? Look at me. I'm so excited. I don't mean to interrupt you.
No, go.
But here's my question. So say it's my foundations paper and it's pretty heavy. Is there ways to test that so that
For sure.
It doesn't just know. It's not like a genie in a bottle. Like it just you still have to give it information, right?
For sure. So you can choose cardstock heavy, like 110 pound, for example. You can choose 60 pound. Let's say you chose 60 pound, but then you chose put a little bit more pressure. You can up the pressure. So there's options for, so you can kind of meet in the middle if it's not like your brand, for example. Usually most cardstocks will at least have the weight on the packaging, and it'll allow you to choose like what weight you want to. But
I can do a test cut, right?
Yes, for sure. Tamara.
Going back to the smart vinyl, Karen's asking, when you cut without a mat, can you use Cricut brand vinyl? what vinyl does it have to be?
Yeah. So when you're using, when you don't want to use a matte, you want to use Cricut Smart Materials. So they come in a box that looks sort of like this, and it says Smart Vinyl right on it.
We just did that together.
And go. And the reason why you want to use the Smart Vinyl is because it is 13 inches wide.
Okay.
And the regular Cricut vinyl that goes on the mat is 12 inches wide. So this is a sheet that came with the Cricut of Smart Vinyl. You can see it's exactly the size of the mat. Okay. I'll turn it this way. It's exactly the size of the mat. Whereas your normal vinyl would only be 12 inches wide because it's only wide enough to go on the mat. So you choose matless cutting as the option. Now I've got my Cricut open here and on. So I'm just going to turn it on. And now on Design Space, I know you said you downloaded it earlier, right, Vicki?
Yes. So I'm going to have to look at it. So don't think there's something wrong with me if you can still see me while I'm like looking, because the camera I'm using right here is my laptop.
So we're just going to show you my screen.
Okay.
And this, yeah, so then people are looking at design. This is Design Space right here. And you can see it has a bank of all of my projects. So Vicki, once you get going, you're going to have a whole bank of projects too. It also has, you know, some top videos to help you. And then you get right basically into all these inspirational projects that you can choose from. You can also just search for projects that you want to make. So
can I
if
ask
we
you
go,
a question?
sure.
Because brand new and other people are going to ask. So I'm looking at this while you're talking. And so tell me what Cricut Access is.
So Cricut Access is like a membership that's going to give you pretty much everything that's here. So when I do like a little search for projects, so let's say I go into, I want to like, so sorry, I'm just going to projects here. And I search, like, let's say I want to make, I don't know, like a welcome sign, which are super popular right now.
So
these are all,
I'm sorry, I'm going to ask the questions because I'm sure other people
out
there, if they don't have. So do you have Cricut Access?
So I have Cricut Access, yes. But if I didn't have Cricut Access, some of these projects would have a price tag on them.
Okay.
So some of them would be like $1.99 or 99 cents or $4.99, depending on how complicated or big or small, depending on if Cricut uploaded them or someone else did. Cricut Access basically gives you a membership to where you can just have access to almost everything on here. So you're not having to like buy things as you go. But Design Space is free, and there still is tons of free things on there. But every so often you'll pick something and it'll say, once you go to make it, like it's 99 cents to own that font. So we used to have to buy cartridges, which were, you know, anywhere from $19.99 up to like, sometimes they're up to like $80. I remember spending a lot on cartridges. None of those go to waste, by the way. If you have old cartridges, you can upload them to Design Space. So all of those images will be in your bank. But going forward, if I were to choose, like, let's say that welcome sign, maybe it's a free project, or maybe it costs 99 cents. And then you own it and you can make it as many times as you want. Or with something as basic as like that welcome sign, you can also just use one of the fonts that's free and type out welcome and make it really big.
And then newbie, right? Like this is a like brand new, just open it out of the box. It just said you can start your free trial for 30 days. Yeah. And then moving forward, it's $12.99 US, right? That's American.
That's right.
Right. So for any Canadians out there that, or wherever you're watching from or interested in, but that was my question. And a lot of the ladies out there are saying it's totally worth it. Well, so that's my question is, if I have this, I want to spend that. If I'm going to be, but I could go on and access, because I'm at that screen, right? I don't know what am I supposed to push? Do I push the yes, start?
Well,
free trial?
I did not start the free trial. No, to be honest, I did not. What I did was I got to know my Cricut before I signed up for Cricut Access.
Okay.
And the reason why I did that was because I wasn't sure I needed everything yet. And when you're just getting going, there is tons of things that you can do without spending the extra money right off the hop. So lots of people, they've already spent quite a bit on the machine. So there's two ways of thinking about it. Just go ahead and spend the $12.99 and then you just get it. Or some people feel a little angst when they want to go and make something and then they have to spend like $1 to do it. Even though $1 is like nothing, you know what I mean?
But those $1 add up. So
it's true.
Right?
It's
but
true.
A lot of people are probably similar to me, and I want to test drive before I buy. But I guess the 30-day thing is great then, right?
But that's exactly right. You can start that 30-day thing at any time. So I wouldn't start the clock.
Okay, so that was my question.
Yes.
So say no for right now, but I will be able to get in there again.
Exactly.
Okay, so now I say no thanks.
Yeah, I think test drive the machine for a couple, however long, and then see how often you're running into having to pay for something. Because if it's not that often, and you can find, free ways of working, like there's tons of free fonts and there's tons of free images, maybe you'll be just fine. Plus, you can bring in your own images and download your own fonts. I'm not saying don't get Cricut Access. I'm just saying what I did was test drove it, gave myself a little bit of time. I probably was 2 years before I ever got at Cricut Access. And then it was like, okay, I'm doing this so much now that I'm running into this, every other day where I'm like, I want this. No, nothing else will do. I'm going to pay the $2.99. And then I'm like, I'm done with paying $2.99. I just want it when I want it.
Okay.
But I wouldn't start the clock on that 30 days, until you're ready to really have, you know what I mean?
I just want to see where all the bells and whistles are first.
Yes.
So and I can, because there's a question I often get is with the cut files that I design. And because I only know what I know. I am not like your technical go-to person, right? So I've used it on other die cut machines and I know how to use it. And then people will say, how do I put your cut files into the Cricut? And I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So why don't we
never had one till now.
Yeah. So why don't we practice doing our first cut and then it's going to make more sense. So in your envelope, and so we'll get to your cut files, but let's not run before we can walk. So yes, that little strip of black is a piece of smart material. So you've gone ahead and gone to Cricut.com and set up and press setup. And what I've done is I've linked my machine with the USB cable into my computer, but you can also use Bluetooth. I just find with the initial setup, I just feel like it works better with the cord. After that, you can use your Bluetooth all you want, but for the initial setup, use your cord and then nothing will go wrong. Knock on wood, So when you're in Design Space and you first get here, the first thing you're going to want to do is go to the top left.
Okay, so just so we know, I'm in Design Space. The first thing that opened up is let's make a sticker.
Yes, and that's where I'm going to get to because I have to just get to so I'm going to set up my smart cutting machine.
Because that's all I've seen at this point. So anybody who's just opening it, the first thing it came to was asking me if I wanted to sign up.
Yep.
I said not right now. And now I'm in let's make a sticker. Select an image to get started.
Yes. So let me get there. So I'm going to do the no thanks, same as you. And now it says, let's make a sticker. This is exactly where Vicki's at. So what are you going to choose, Vicki? What do you like? The flower, the lips, the bear, the crown, the football, or the mountains?
The lips.
Okay, the lips. I'll choose, what should I choose?
Karen? The mountains.
The mountains. All right. All right, so then you press, so I clicked it. I'm going to press next. And now it's going to show you what it wants you to do. I know it's very user-friendly, you guys, more than other machines out there. It's saying, confirm the blade is secured in clamp B. Well, it comes like that, you guys. So I'm
opening it just to see. So that's it.
Yep. So that little clamp B, you can open and close, and you can pull out that blade if you want. I can show you on my machine close up here exactly what Vicki's doing. So Karen, let's just show them this. So I'm opening it. That's clamp B. And this is just the regular blade. And Vicki, if you push down on the top of that blade.
Ooh, what's that little thing?
Yeah, that pokes the blade right out. So if you want to change the blade, that's how you do it. You can pull that blade.
I'm gonna look while you're. So I lift that out.
And you can pull the blade right out, which is what I did, or you can push it down and put that blade right back in. It sucks it right back up.
Okay.
That's what you do if you need to change the blade. It's going to take you a long time to need to change the blade.
And how will we know it's just not cutting the same? Does the machine tell you?
Exactly. It's like scissors where you're like, this just feels dull. Maybe the paper's starting to drag or rip and it's not cutting all the way through. But honestly, it takes a while. You got hundreds of hours of cuts coming. So
when I go to buy a blade for the Cricut Maker 3, will it say Cricut Maker 3 blade?
It will say Cricut Maker.
Maker. It doesn't matter which machine you buy.
No.
The makers all have the same blade?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And this is the basic blade, which you can pretty much use with all the machines anyway. So it goes into, and you close the door, and you'll close the bead gate, and you can really feel it shut there.
Yes.
But it comes already loaded, so you don't have to do that part. And then the housing A, this is where, remember we talked about the markers? This is where you'll put a pen if you were to use one of those pens.
What about the foiler?
The foiler would go in clamp B, but the machine's going to tell you where to put everything. It'll detect what's in there. So this is where you put the pen if you're going to be writing anything. But we're not going to do that right now, but that's where that goes.
Okay,
just so you know.
And just so everybody knows, for the non-pro Vicki Boutin, it was all easy to do. Open all that stuff. It was easy. Yeah. I could do all the things.
Yeah, I've just plugged it in here and it's ready to go. So let's go back to the computer. It says confirm the blade is secured in clamp B. Okay, we did that. And you can press go over. Step 2, insert smart vinyl under the guides up to the roller. Okay, so Vicki, do you have your black sheet?
Yep.
Right.
So under the guides, there's 2 little lips and just set right up against the rollers?
Right up against the roller. That's right. Like you can't push it all the way in, but you can put it up to it and you can just kind of leave it there.
Okay.
And then on back to my computer, I'm pressing over because we're ready for the next step.
And that's the flashing arrows?
Yeah, press the flashing arrows. Now, I like to hold on to the material as it goes in. I don't know why. You don't really have to, but I like to. And press the flashing arrows, and in it goes.
Oh, my goodness.
There you go.
I'm doing the things.
And to be honest, Vicki, you're going to really feel like you're cheating because the Cricut's really just going to take care of it all. Now, it's telling me on my computer, if I'm looking, press the flashing go button on the machine.
So that first thing just loaded it.
It just loaded it. That's how you load the material. So if I wasn't cutting on smart material, you would be basically loading in the mat. So just let's see here. You would be loading in the mat like this instead of the smart material with your material on there. But right now we're using the smart material where you don't need the mat.
Oh my goodness, things are happening.
Did you press play?
I did. I couldn't wait.
Yeah. And now it'll say cut and process. So you guys, we didn't design anything here. This is literally what Cricut has done to get the machine going out of the box for you. So this is just a first project to show you that the cuts, look at your smile, Vicki, you're so sweet.
I didn't break it. It's doing the things.
Yeah. Tamara, what's the question?
Will the smart material work on other machines? I guess the other
Cricut machines?
Yeah.
So the smart material will work on other machines. You just have to put it on the mat and you have to make sure it's small enough to get on the mat because it's 13 inches wide. So if you have a scrap, oh, there, it's done. So when it's done, Vicki, yours must be almost done.
It's done.
Yeah, press the arrows again and it unloads.
I did it.
Good.
I didn't wait. I did the things.
Okay. So now we have to weed it. You know what that is?
So I should open my tools?
The tools that came in your bundle, like for the event.
Yeah,
crack that right open.
Okay. I can, look it. It's easy to crack open.
Yeah, it's perforated.
Because I was looking for scissors and I didn't need them.
And I just want to show you, like, even on Design Space on the computer here, Cricut's basically saying, that's it. Peel your sticker from the background. And it basically says, yeah, and now it says start designing. So I'm going to click start designing, and now it brings me back to that home screen on Design Space where we can basically start making all kinds of different things. Like, you know, this was the mug I made for Karen and Tamara, the two people who are here with me in the studio tonight. We made mugs for them.
I'm going to freaking be making all the things. Everybody's stuff's going to be labeled in my house.
Exactly. The spices, the fridge, everything.
Underwear. Like Rich is going to go, why is my name on my underwear?
Exactly.
Label all the things now.
All the things.
Oh, I love it.
Oh,
okay. Which tool do I use to weed?
So my favorite weeding tool, and I'm just going to like go up top here and zoom right in so that you can see, is this one that has the little hook on the end.
So, you know, I worked in the dental field, right?
Oh my gosh, this is exactly what I was going to say. This is like a hygienist scraping at your teeth.
Yes, I could totally do. This is a probe, kind of.
Oh, is that what it's called?
Well, maybe not a probe. Oh, this one is kind of. I could like see. You eat popcorn and you can weed that out of your teeth too.
Totally.
Okay, is that the one you like the best?
That's the one I like the best because it kind of allows you to grip and pull away from yourself. So in the corner of your smart material, just pull and then pull back.
Oh my goodness, look at. So how'd you hook into it and pull it away?
Yeah.
So can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
So would you waste all of, I guess it doesn't matter.
No,
right?
I didn't. See,
Did you cut first?
I cut out a little square because I knew I didn't use all of this.
So if I was going to use it again, would I just flip it when I put it in there?
Flip it when you put it in.
Because you couldn't use from the corner you cut out of, right? Because the wheels wouldn't grab it?
That's right. But you could put it on a mat going forward.
Ooh, but I could still, even though it's smart vinyl,
yes,
I can still use it with a mat.
Totally. Because at some point, this isn't going to be 13 inches wide anymore. This is maybe only going to be 6 inches wide. And then I'm going to put it right on my mat and use it like this so that it can go into the machine and nothing really needs to get wasted.
Oh, that I just did your little flick it, trick it.
I know. This one with the hook on it that's coming in the event box in that toolkit is my favorite for weeding because sometimes there's really tiny, tiny, intricate things that you need to weed out. And Vicki, I think you even got a light box.
Yes. So let's talk about that. It's called the Bright Pad Go.
The Bright Pad, yes. So I have it's perfect for weeding. Maybe not something as small as the sticker. You might not get that out.
But for something big and intricate, right?
Like, let's say you were doing one of those layered mandalas that are so in right now. Something where you're literally going to be weeding for a while. Like some of your cut files, for example, or some of Paige's cut files. You know how sometimes they look like this, right? Like very super, like you're weeding. Yes. Yeah, you're really weeding this.
Like this is what it looks like too for anybody. I think I could use for lots of different things.
Totally. Whenever you need to see behind something. So when you're weeding,
and it was charged and ready to go. Look at that.
I know. Cricut's not fooling around. They know what's what. They want you to take it out of the box and get going with it.
Well, that just happened right here on our live video.
That's great.
It's very lightweight too. So if you're sitting doing your weeding while you're watching TV or Netflix, love that.
Right? It kind of can be like your lap desk, but you can turn it off and on so that when you need to see those tiny lines from behind, or if you're practicing brush lettering or something like that, you need to see underneath, or you don't want to put a ruler line on your page, but you put the line behind your paper and then you write on it or you line something up. That's what that pad is just brilliant for.
So can we ask beginner questions?
Yeah, go for it.
So you're weeding.
Yeah.
I would pull all of the little bits inside out first.
Okay.
No, I'm asking you a question.
Oh, No,
See, I would have
I
just
would-
peeled the whole lip off, knowing like, do I pick all of the guts?
I
of
would
the
put, so I would like Vicky. If so, is your lip as big as that whole piece?
No, it's just right here, and I
Okay,
have no
so-
scissors. That's why I haven't cut
Oh,
it
okay.
out. I don't
That's
know
fine.
where my scissors
No
are.
scissors. That's fine. So just
Yeah, I'm
you can
only a scrapbooker who can't find her 20 pairs of scissors.
I mean,
right?
you only have the most gorgeous, well-stocked room in the planet, but sure, no scissors. No one. Whatever.
Well, it's because my gorgeously well-stocked room is currently a freaking pigsty right now. Because I'm not gonna lie, I do not try to. I found a pair of brand new ones that I just got. So
All right, use those. Fine.
I'm sorry.
The one
Like,
thing that's not in that, you could have used the paper trimmer.
oh yes, I could open that up. There are
Oh.
scissors though in the sewing one.
That's true.
Okay,
But you wouldn't dare use those fabric scissors on anything but
No.
fabric, Vicky. Oh
I'm
my
gonna sit
God.
for a minute, okay? Because so you get to see like a hint of my messy room.
Okay.
Because it's back there. I threw everything on the floor to do the video. Everything just swept it right off my desk. So here, beginner question. So
Yeah.
when you're doing something like this, you would weed all of the bits out before you peel it off.
So no, I would peel off the outside first.
Oh, that thing we did
Around
with
the
hookie.
lips. So go from one of the top corners and
Yes,
pull
I'm doing
down.
that.
Yeah, and pull down, and it should all just kind of peel away.
And you just throw
Now-
this away.
Yeah.
Okay. And do we use the same favorite tool?
Yep, I use the favorite tool the whole time. I pretty much only use the other one when I can't find this one.
So how do we? Okay, I'm gonna ask because like I'm new.
Yeah. So you've got that
Oh,
little
I see.
curve.
You got to hook that little tooth in there.
Yes. So,
So
if
what do you do
it,
with the little bits as you're
I honestly I stick them to my hand.
good?
Like,
I'm
or
gonna
I
do
stick
what
them to
you
my
do.
desk. Like I literally end up going like this, Vicky. So I weed it and then I pull little bits out and I either
Ooh.
stick them to the side of my desk or I literally put them on my hand and collect them.
I love this. So this is vinyl. So
Yeah.
what could we do with this when it's done?
Well, so now this is a permanent sticker. I mean, you're probably not, this is just the first cut to get you going. However, this material here, this little sticker, I cut the mountain, you cut the lips, is the exact same thing that I put on the wall over here.
I
with
love
the big,
it.
with the big silhouette. See the hello sign behind you?
Yes.
How much you pay for that?
Yeah, I know. I bought it on Etsy.
And
So
God
I
bless.
know. I
God
can make
bless
one
the-
now.
Yeah, God bless the people on Etsy who are doing it. Support them for sure. But this is exactly the same thing that person on Etsy did. Was they cut it out of the big permanent vinyl, the same thing you're weeding right now. And what she did was she rolled it up and she mailed it to you, and then she charged you like what, $125 or something?
And so
Yeah.
you would put it on the transfer paper?
You would put it on the transfer paper for sure. So in
And I
your
can learn
kit,
those kind of things, right? Because when you cut
Yeah.
it out, it would come out like this.
yes, then that's harder to just peel off with your finger. But what transfer tape does is allows you, I don't know if I actually even have any here, do I? So the transfer
that'd be
tape, I've got a big roll of it here. While you're continuing to weed, I will show what transfer tape does, because in your event bundle, you're going to get a roll of transfer tape. And these are the transfer tape is the unsung hero of the vinyl world, or of like pretty much because it's just clear and it gets thrown out after, but it really does all the heavy lifting. And it's
So tell
really,
me, when you're explaining too, everything you would use that for.
so anytime you have an image that needs to be transferred somewhere else, which is pretty much every single time, because whatever you're cutting out, you probably want to stick on the wall or on a, on a pencil case, if it's or on a, I don't know, a binder or a book, or maybe you want to decorate your Cricut. You need transfer tape for that. So I'm just going to cut off a piece of transfer tape that is as large as my image that I want to transfer. So in this case, it's not very big. In the case of the kids on the wall, that was like a full roll of transfer tape to put those on, but it's the same principle here.
Can you reuse it, or it's one time?
I do try to reuse it. I gotta say, we're like, ooh, can we reuse that transfer tape?
Well,
And
because like I'm
sometimes-
thinking you have 3 kids that you transferred. Were you
I know.
able when you use a whole roll?
I was able to reuse one long strip of transfer tape, but then the other one, I kind of got it caught in my hair, and then I flattened it together, and I was like, oh, screw it. I just
dog got
up another
caught in it.
Yeah.
I love it.
I know. So sometimes you just got to know when to get a new piece, and that was time. But I do, when it's a small piece like this and it easily transfers, I totally put it back on the backing and use it again.
Okay.
But the longer the piece, I got to say, the more cumbersome it is for the transfer, because you got to make sure it stays nice and big and doesn't stick together. But little pieces like this are easily used again.
But this stuff goes on sale. The materials go on sale, right?
They totally go on sale.
So you would know that transfer, don't forget, don't only be buying the pretty vinyls. When it goes on sale, make sure you get your rolls of transfer tape.
That's why I say it's the unsung hero, because no one ever really wants to spend their money on transfer tape, because it's like not the pretty fun thing that's part of the design, but it really is critical to making sure that whatever you transfer goes on properly. Okay, so I peeled my transfer tape off of its backing, and now I'm putting it on top of my image. I'll use the mat here so that you guys can really see what I'm doing.
Can I ask you a question too while you're doing your thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
So we're cutting out of vinyl, but a lot of the people who'll be watching tonight, because they're a lot paper crafters, would be cutting out of paper. Would I be weeding and doing all this stuff the same, or no?
You would definitely be weeding. Like, for example, this cut file that I cut, I definitely weeded this, but you would definitely not use transfer tape for this, because it would just stick to it and wreck it.
But so that would have to go on a mat, right? Because it's paper.
That's right. There are smart paper. There is smart paper, like smart sticker paper, for example, which might be
a sample of that somewhere, right?
Which for something like this, like a cut file like this, where you're going to probably in the end up dabbing all kinds of little glue dots on this. And sometimes when you're putting that down, that's annoying. So if you cut this out of white Cricut sticker paper, then all you do is peel it off the back.
Ooh, I love it.
Yeah, and it can just go right down wherever you want it. Or you can then, if you're backing the cut file, you can stick whatever the negative images on, like directly onto the sticker, which is nice to not have to use like a wet adhesive on top of something so skinny, because we've all been there where like the glue oozes through. So this is a good example of weeding on paper. See the pumpkin head here? Just needs to come out. And the smile. And you can either pick it with your fingers, or your kit's going to come with tweezers. The tweezers are great for these little bits like this.
Tweezers.
Yep.
Another picker.
There's another
some other like two different tweezers. Love that.
Yep. And the little spatula here, if things are really stuck down on your mat and you want to lift it up kind of gently like this.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, that's what that spatula is for.
So I find this incredibly relaxing. I have to say, I've done lots with paper, with cut files. Yep. I don't think I have ever cut with vinyl.
Really?
Yeah.
You're going to be hooked, Vicki.
I'm not lying when I'm saying I'm going to find fonts that I like, and I'm going to label all of the things.
Yeah, because like your spice rack, you know, like all the jars of spices can have cute little labels on them. If you're into fridge bins, you know, like in the fridge, those clear plastic bins, your fridge can be totally organized. Like this is all for yogurt, and this is for like cheese and deli meat. And even just the front drawer of your fridge, you can have like a cute little font on. Trust me, everything in this house has like someone's name over it.
And my craft room, I will be labeling all of my dream box.
Oh my gosh, totally.
I'm telling you, you're going to look at that thing and Vicki's going to pimp her ride.
Yes, exactly. You want to know what? Cricut has like a thing. It's so funny you say that. You can even do car decals. So like, let's say, you wanted to put Vicki Boutin design like on the side of your car because you want to be able to write off your car for taxes.
Is it a special vinyl for that?
Permanent vinyl.
It's these ones?
Yeah, the permanent vinyl.
Is this what you put on your coffee mugs?
So, coffee mugs. Oh my gosh, we should do a demo tomorrow. Where are you? Let's see if we could. The
Well,
coffee.
I want to do all of the things now, man.
Dude, what time is it? Should we show you the coffee mugs?
Yes.
Okay, because
I've got lots of work to still do tonight, but I don't care. I want to see the things. People will stay as long as they want to.
yeah. I mean, bear with us because we're really going down the rabbit hole, but it's just so fun. Poor Tamara, I'm making her go and get all the stuff. I think it's probably in one of the boxes underneath, or we have some samples that we did because we recently had the mug press on TSC.
So I've seen that. I've seen the mug press. So the mug press, does it apply heat?
So yes, it heats and bakes on the.
I need a mug press now.
For sure. And a heat press, because you're going to be doing.
We already know I want the heat press, because
sure.
I am going to make a different T-shirt for every single day.
Yep. Yeah.
Every day I'm just going to go, what can I dream up? And I'm going to just make up T-shirts.
We can make it easy, like the old school underwear, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah, underoos. I'm going to have my own adult underoos.
Right across the back, maybe it can be like.
I could put all the states or all the provinces across my backside. They'd all fit.
All the places your backside has been.
Yes.
Maybe we need bigger undies.
Yes, I need. See, Teresa's saying Vicki needs a mug press and a heat press for sure. I'm gonna get all those things, right? I think I'm gonna need the mug press too. See, Jessica, I agree. I will never be the friend who tells you don't do it. I will always be the friend who says, heck, let's just bring bail money.
Yeah, that's the thing. Tamara, I think the mug press is underneath the table in there where the photo backdrop is.
All the mugs.
Just bring the mugs. We can just show an example even.
This is a good question. Francine says, can you use any mugs with the mug press, or does it have to be a Cricut mug?
Yeah, so the Cricut mugs have a special coating on them, so it will accept the heat transfer. Now, I haven't tried it with the dollar store mugs. I fully intend to try it to see if it will still work. Cricut says they've tried it. It doesn't work. Under the table in there, it's not there?
It's blank mugs.
Okay.
Does it only do mugs?
The mug press only does a couple of different size mugs.
Okay.
So, for example, like this was a blank mug, and it's totally like baked in now.
So you can't feel that on there.
Oh, for God's sakes.
Oh,
did you guys just see that?
See, now that is my favorite thing that could have happened tonight. Look at, she is.
Well, because we really use the mugs we
only make this crap, she uses it. Because the coffee that is the best.
Thank you for handing me the mug that still had coffee in it. That's so good.
I like that. I tell you, these are my favorite kind of videos. I don't like when it's all perfectly polished.
No, it's not perfect. But all that to say, yes, it's totally baked in. Like, you can put vinyl on the outside of mugs. In fact, that's what people were doing, so much so. And, eventually in the dishwasher, it will stay. The permanent vinyl will stay in the dishwasher. But eventually you can get to where you're kind of starting to pick it off. Now, when you use infusible ink, you can either with the mug press or the heat press, bake that ink either into the fabric of your shirt or whatever or the pillow or whatever, the coaster, the bag, or the mug. And the mug
give me all
press,
the things. I just want it all now. Because now I feel like I just cut lips out. Oh my goodness, this whole world of magic making is open to me.
Yeah.
And now that you just showed me, because I saw that mug thing, I was like, whatever, like how many mugs do I need? Now that you show me that it's freaking baked in there, guess what everybody needs for Christmas? They'll be like, Vicki, really another mug? Yes, you need a different mug every time I make something special.
Yeah, exactly. So
that's a good question there too. Look at that one. How many colors of ink?
Oh, there's tons of inks. And not only are there tons of inks, there's inks that are like patterned. For example, this one here. So we cut out the watercolor ink and like
placed I want to see it. Show me like the reveal. Placed it on the. I need that mug.
Wait for it, because it's the Cricut. You can customize it. So I put my daughter's name in it. And even if you just put her paintbrushes in it, or how about, like, look at this one with this water. This ink is called, I think it's the lemonade one, the pink lemonade. So we cut out this design on the Cricut. So the Cricut is going to cut out the design. Then you're going to bake it in.
And you tell it what paper you're using, right? You would say.
Yeah, you say infusible ink. So remember, this mug used to be totally white. See? And it's just baked it right in. So now that nice flower print is right in my mug. And remember I was telling you about infusible ink? So I got the Cricut to write out on just plain printer paper. And see how I started coloring with the infusible ink here? So it wrote, I love you so. And then just baked it right on. Now I should have finished coloring, but I was doing this as a demo. But imagine if you got your little kids or grandkids to write a little note, you know what I mean? Like Happy Mother's Day or Father's Day.
Oh,
and,
I love that. So
yeah,
and kids ink. Kids. So could I draw something and put it on there?
You
like,
could draw
by hand?
or write with your own handwriting something on just a plain piece of printer paper. Surround the mug press. You'll put a little piece of parchment paper around the mug so it doesn't totally burn. You'll put it in the mug press. It'll heat. It'll, probably takes like close to 10 minutes. And then you peel it off and presto.
But you use the infusible ink markers.
Yes. When you're going to draw and freehand, you're going to use infusible ink markers. But if you want the Cricut to cut out your design, then you'll use either the infusible ink on the roll, like that cut out this paint spill. And then you're going to weed away.
Does it come that height? Like, is that special for the mugs? Or
so
do you cut it to that size?
What happens is the ink will come, like you can get a big roll of ink that's like this size or a small roll like this, either way. If you opt for the small roll, it's pretty much exactly the same, exactly the size of the of what you need for the mugs. But what happens is the Cricut cuts out the mug template. So this is infusible ink when you see it.
So it cuts you pick which Cricut mug you're using.
So let's show you on here. So look, for example, I'm gonna go to, I've made Karin and Tamara's mugs here. And now you're going to see it says, because I've got the Maker 3 with or without the mat, but this is not smart material I'm using. It's the infusible ink. And so I'm definitely going to choose on the mat. So I'm on the mat, done. So now it knows I'm cutting on the mat. And this is the design I've already got made. But let's just,
I want to see that drippy watercolor thing.
Okay, so let's do it. I'll cancel this one and let's find the drippy watercolor. And we'll just start
right. It was a pattern that's in when you are either signed up for the Cricut or you could buy that one.
Yes, so let's look. So I'm in projects. So let's just type in mug press, and see what comes up. Look at all the different ones that they've got here that you can, like, let's say you're really good at designing and you want to do your own, but maybe you're not that good at designing and you just want to make something cool, and you want it to turn out.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
So see all that rainbow stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Is that special, like, rainbow infusible ink?
So
like, to get multiple colors, I guess is my question.
You're going to lay those.
At the top, there was like a rainbow or something.
Let's see. Yeah, this rainbow here.
So how do you get red and all that? So
you're going to lay down the red, which is just going to cut out all for love and love for all, and plus the red part of the rainbow. Okay, it's going to cut that out. Then you're going to put down your orange piece, and it's going to cut out only the next piece, only the next bar of the rainbow. Then you'd lay down your yellow on the mat, and that's called layering. And that's how you get those multiple colors. If you wanted to do something that was like, see on this one, I run on coffee and sunshine, and see how there's sort of like a bunch of different colors running through here.
That's in the ink, right?
That's already in the ink. Exactly.
So the layering one will take, that's more advanced, because like I'm sitting there thinking about it and I get the concept of layering. I just don't know, like, do you put the red on first and heat fuse it and then the next? And
that's
there's
exactly
an easy way to line it up. You can just kind of eyeball it and put it in there.
You line it up on the mat, and then once it's out of Once it's out, then you'll line it up on the mug.
Okay.
So there will be a little bit of eyeballing it, and that that definitely is more advanced. I would say start with something sort of like the paint splatter here. So this one's called the art teacher mug, but let's just customize it. So down here at the bottom, it tells you what materials you need. So you need infusible ink, and if you want it to look exactly like theirs, choose Comic Rainbow. That's what they chose, but I just have I think I just have standard blue here, so that's fine. And it says you need a grip, you need the mug press. And so now I'm just going to press customize because it's going to bring it up. And now you see here, we've got these little mugs up top. You see that?
Okay.
That's showing that line right there is the top, like the front of the mug, the front center, where you can see the left-hand side of the handle. Right here is like kind of the mug that you can see like the front, like the other side of the handle. And then the other side is the back part. So if you're wanting to line something up, you can. So when I click on Miss Jenna, we don't really want that.
If I was left-handed, I could move that because I don't hold my mug in the same hand, right?
Exactly. So instead we want this to say Vicki.
And I don't even have to have that on there if I don't want it, right?
No, you can take it off, or you can make it say whatever you want. You can come up here and change the font to, I don't know, whatever. Like, let's change it to this. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, that looks cute. We can drag it and make it bigger. The thing about Cricut is that it's very user-friendly compared to some other ones. It's the program is fairly basic. Like, everything has got a picture, like templates, projects. You don't really need to come in here and think that you're using like Photoshop. It's very, like you can figure out how to use it even if you're not super tech savvy. Now, what I'll show you here is like there you've got the paint splatter, but you see you've also got this outline right here. That's the mug template.
Okay.
So that's the shape of a standard size mug. And so we're good. I'm going to attach this. Now, this is a trick you're going to want to, if you want everything on your board to cut exactly as shown, you have to attach it. And that's the little paper clip at the bottom. So I'm pressing attach. If I didn't attach it, the Cricut would do its best to save me as much material as possible. And what it would do is potentially put the Vicki over here and the splatter over here so that you didn't waste material. But I'm less worried about wasting material and more worried about everything staying lined up. So that's why you want to attach it. And then all I really need to do is press make it. And now what it's doing is it's saying, okay, do you want to do it without the mat or on the mat? But I want to do it with the mat because this is not smart material. It's just regular. So on the mat, done. And that's it. Now, it's ready to cut, but we do want to mirror this because I have words on it, because it's going to cut out. And when it goes on the mug, this is the ink right here.
So
and when
do you put color side up?
You put color side down.
No, but I mean on the mat.
You put color side up on the mat. So you want to mirror that image so that when it's
going
color
the other way.
Yes.
Okay.
And don't even ask me how many things I've wasted by forgetting to press mirror.
Because you have to reverse it when you put it on there. I get it.
That's right. And these are the things that as you start to use your Cricut and as you make more projects, you automatically remember. And Cricut has put the mirror function, even though I could have done that on the other Canvas page, they've put it right here anyway to remind you, like, are you sure you need to mirror this? Oh yeah, I do. So there, it's mirrored. And now I can press continue. And now it's looking for the maker. And now it's asking me, and you guys, this is the same whether I'm making a mug or anything. It's asking me, what material are you cutting on? Remember I told you, Vicki, medium cardstock, 80 pound. It's giving me some options here, but you can also go browse all materials. And you can even just type in like infusible, whoops, ink.
You can cut infusible ink on any, like the Explorer.
Yep,
or the Maker,
any machine you can cut infusible ink, no problem at all. So there we go, infusible ink transfer sheet. So I'm clicking it, done. Now it knows what material I'm going to be cutting, and I can go ahead and put it on the mat. What did I do with the other mat? Oh, it's over there. It's right there.
So how would I have known about the paper clipping part?
About the reversing, the mirroring?
No, the mirror, I understand that. And
Oh, yeah.
I even kind of told you that, but
Yeah.
how did you, like, I don't fully understand what you did with the paper clip attaching it or whatever.
Attaching. So let me show you. So I'm just laying this down. Let's go back. So the reason why I attach something, and I'm just going to cancel this. So I'm going to go to an example of some projects that if it's not attached, it's going to make a lot of sense. So let's see some of my old projects here. Okay, this little mountain range. This little mountain range says, please help yourself. And we were making this to go on top of a cooler.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. And so if I were to just press make it right now, see how I have the mountains. So on a mat. Look at what the Cricut did. It actually broke this up into 2 mats, one here and one here.
Ooh.
Which I actually don't want it to do. But it's doing
Because you're cutting
that.
it all out of one material, right?
Yes.
You would want it to do that if please help yourself was in red?
Yes. But I want this please help yourself to be nice and nestled right inside this mountain range because I'm trying to, maybe I only have 3 inches of material left. Or
okay, and
I
you
just
wanted
want
to cut it as one piece?
Exactly. So I'm
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
So if I wanted, see how you kind of moved it up? If you wanted it to be attached to the mountain range, even though it's 2 separate, would it cut or can you fuse that all together?
So let's say I was doing, if you wanted to like maybe put something in cursive that, like let's put a text down, for example. I know exactly what you mean. Like, let's just go hello. Whoops. And let's put it in a font like that's more of a cursive font. Let's see if I can find one here. Oh, that's already together. That's not helping my cause. So look at all the fonts that you can pick from. Let's just go. Maybe I've already. Okay. So if I wanted this to all be like H-E-L, I don't know why I'd pick this font, but let's just say I did. I never would, but whatever. So if we wanted all of this to be stuck together, we can like decrease the letter space so that things start to move together. I mean, this is a bad example, but you're going to get what I mean. Mm-hmm. And then all you have to do is at the bottom here is press weld.
Okay. And
weld makes that now all one image. Yeah.
So it wouldn't cut the E out separately.
No.
Love it. Okay.
Exactly. And so, yeah, if you wanted this to become part of the mountain range, like please help yourself, or let's say you wanted it to cut, let's make this square, for example. Maybe you wanted to cut this out of something big like this. And, you know, it's a whole, like we could spend hours and hours and hours, Vicki,
so I can
like
just play, right?
Yeah, exactly. And that's what you will do when you get this home is you'll practice designing stuff. And so here's please help yourself. Maybe we're trying to make a sign, let's say. Let's highlight both. And we can weld them together and slice it out so that please help yourself now can be removed from the image. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yes. I like that.
Yeah.
So there's a good question too that my friend Janice is here and says, I don't have a Cricut. Do I buy the Maker 3 plus everything, what I think Vicki has? And if I register for the classes, do I get another box of goodness or do I just get the Maker and register for the class? So that's a good question because if Janice doesn't have one but wants that 10%, she would just register for the class and then buy the maker, wouldn't she?
So I would register for the class because that's going to teach you how to use everything.
Yeah.
Plus, then you're going to have all the stuff, right?
Like those mats and the weeding kit. It's everything you pretty much need to get started.
For sure.
Plus, she can get that discount of the 10% and buy the new machine and the mug, whatever she wants. Because you know I'm going to be getting the mug thing and making the t-shirt hot press thing. I'm going to go to the grocery store, and on it we'll have a different message every time. I'm just here for the hothouse tomatoes. I'm like, everything I do, I'm going to have, like, all of my thoughts and dreams are going to be in my clothes.
And I want to see your like tomatoes like front and center.
Yes, I get. Yes, the tomatoes. I love it.
Oh my gosh.
So,
That's so funny.
Debbie, look at, I'm just on here with because the questions are good ones.
Mm-hmm.
So how does the event work? Like, there are different prices, right? That you can pick and choose, like kind of customize it, or you can get everything.
Let's go to, if I'm going to go to homemade.ca, which is the, where you can read all about the event. And basically you can go down, we're doing it in French and English, by the way, because Cricut Canada is sponsoring, which is great. So if you have anyone watching from Quebec and they want any of the classes in French, all of the classes are being delivered in French and English. So that's cool.
I love that. Yeah. That's a great thing.
Yep. And so here you can read all about, you know, the earring class, the apron class, the foil, everything you're getting in the kit. There's those cute little pots that we're making, the pillow. That's day one. That's Saturday. We're going to make all this on Saturday. And then if you want the Sunday specialty classes, like if you want the Cricut Joy, for example, and we're going to do card making on the Cricut Joy. If that's
I would only do that if I had the Joy.
Yes.
Okay.
Same with the purse class. Like you're going to want to have a sewing machine for that class. I'm going to walk you through, you know, you have to have sort of a basic knowledge. Like you should know how to thread your machine and kind of get yourself out of a jam if, you know, rethread. But the Cricut's going to cut out the entire pattern for us, which is very cool. And then the infusible ink markers are happening on the Sunday as well. So you don't have to take these classes, but the main bundle is these 5 classes. And then you can do the Give Me Everything, or you can just choose, or you can pick and choose just one of these 3. Let's say
if I only wanted to sew, or I wanted to figure out how the markers work. And then can I ask you a question too? Do I need the heat press for that t-shirt, or I could use an iron? You
can totally use your iron. So I used an iron for years with all my iron-on stuff. Just make sure it's a hot iron and turn off your steam.
But that heat press, you told me, because I, you know, full disclosure, Jen and I were talking, and I said I want the heat press. I think that's something I would really use. And you did say though it is worth it because holy crow, it really makes a difference.
I'm signaling tomorrow to show it, like the big heat press.
Because I want when you're big heat press too.
Yeah.
Vicki wants the big heat press.
Because when you're using the iron, it totally works.
Yes.
But you're going to do one part, and then you're going to go over and do the next part. And then did you get all the way over? And then maybe you have to go back. The heat press, you just put it down. It covers the whole dang thing. Plus it has a pad that kind of traps the heat in. So tomorrow's just bringing me the biggest one. They've got a bunch of different sizes.
My friend Michelle Widows is here from New Zealand, and she said the heat press is so worth it. She uses hers all the time.
Yeah. So look at how big. I'm just gonna, like, when you see, like, both of my hands are on here. So when you're putting that, so this all is a hot, even heat compared to like more heat and your iron, it would come out of the holes. So this is a big, hot, even heat. And when you turn it on, for example, it works just like the regular Cricut machine with the same kinds of buttons. You're going to turn it on. I'll zoom in so that you can see. So you turn it on, and on the Cricut website, it'll ask you what material you're using and what you're ironing in. It'll tell you what temperature to set it at. So maybe you want to put it at.
Just said that on here, that the digital temps are a huge plus for the heat press.
Exactly. This is not what you're going to get on your iron. And then it'll tell you how long to put it on for. So what kind of timing.
Oh, I see. So that's a temperature and the time.
Yep. And then once it's all set, once it's hot enough, it's going to, I'm going to turn it down so that it gets hotter. We can get to it faster. So like we'll make it a really low temperature.
So Jen, the size of that one, what, 13
This is
by
the 12, the 9 by 12, 12 by 9.
9 by 12. That's so, Debbie wanted to know
big.
9 by 12. And I want you guys to understand this. Like, this is all pure enthusiasm on my part. Like,
Yeah, neither. It's
that.
so funny. So
this is not like in any way for me now that you just opened up Pandora's box of crafting. Like, you know, I'm never going to sleep now because I am going to want to label every freaking thing. Every freaking
Can I just
thing.
say, Cricut's not paying you to be here, and Cricut's also not paying me to be here.
This was only, we decided to do this.
I know.
One, you know, Jen has this event going, and I am full on going as a student because I'm like, I've got this thing. I got to figure out what to do with it. Because I also have zero patience for the learning. I need to know everything yesterday. Right. So that's why the class idea for me, even if the projects aren't my thing, this is what I always say. But I will learn how to do it, and then I can customize and take away that by taking classes like this. What's awesome is you're working with experts who've done all of the fiddling around, and you get to the meat and potatoes right away. So I love it.
I love that idea too. And just as you say, like maybe, you know, that pillow design that we're doing, you know, you're not into florals. Instead, you want to do geometrics. The theory is the same. Plunk your design down, put this material down. This is how you cut it. It actually doesn't really matter at all what the design is, because it is true that it's all the same technique. And so even if you're not super into the floral or into the whatever it is that we're doing that day, you'll still have all the stuff. It's the design that you can customize, that you can make your own, that you'll still use that same stuff for.
I agree. Like, so I won't even look at what freaking projects are being made because I don't care. I don't care. It's the same with, like I always say, that should never, is the word impede? Like, it shouldn't stop you from taking the course from the expert to learn how to do it. It's like same with somebody might come and take a mixed media class with me, and I'm rainbows and butterflies, but they're grungy and dirty like my friend Tim Holtz, like, you know, browns and whatever. I'm like, doesn't matter. No. Like, some of what Tim does won't be my style, but I'm going to learn from the expert on how to use the products.
And so rarely is the thing that you make in the class something that you're going to give as a gift or keep for life. It is the technique that you're using.
Like full-on content.
Yeah. And in the box, you're getting enough stuff to last you for years beyond this class project. You know, we were sourcing the stuff for the earring class today. And, you know, and I'm talking to my sister who's helping me. I'm like, would you like that? Because we're like, you know, gabbing, like, I want to wear these and I love this. And I'm like, let's just give them tons and tons of jewelry making material so they can make tons afterwards. I think we're giving
I'm going to freaking love that one.
Yeah.
If you can't tell. Like, I have this thing for earrings.
Right. And honestly, we're like, let's just give them enough to make 60 pairs. Like, what? Because what am I going to do? Give you enough to make one pair? Come on. You got to have a pair to waste. You got to have a pair to give. You got to have because the ideas are going to start coming. So you're getting full rolls of stuff. You're getting big, huge amounts of product, because I know what honestly, I just want everyone to have fun and leave going like that was worth it.
Well,
tomorrow.
And and we know that, and I get it because I teach. I get it. Yeah. You want the value to be there. You want people to come back when Jen does this part too. So the other thing I love is you could be advanced and you'll get something out of this, right? You could be a newbie, and what you're going to get is at least your basic toolkit of the things you need when you take the Cricut out of the box. That's what I love about it, is I don't have to go out and get that huge mat. The mats are there. I get to taste test like all the different materials and decide, is wood veneer for me? Or I might test it and go, it was in the box. Don't really like it. Don't have to buy it again.
And if you don't have your ears pierced and you don't want to use wood veneer for anything, then what about just going into projects, putting in wood veneer like putting in wood and finding something else to make. Like, you know, look at all the different projects it's giving you for wood. How about make the clock face?
And I can make my own stuff, right? Like being an artist, like I can figure out how to make my own stuff and load it into this thing, right?
Totally. So let's say, like, let's just go to Google for a second. Let me just find let me just see if I can actually do this.
And
now,
here was a question too. One of the questions is the joy only for card making, or what's the concept of the joy? Just
no, the joy.
Smaller?
No, yes, it's just smaller. It's a 6 by 9 inch mat. It's tiny. It can fit in the palm of your hand. So I love this for, like, you know, yes, it's great for card making because cards are small, but it can cut with the same, like, intent.
It's so cute.
So cute. It takes up such little desk space.
Okay.
I actually thought, I was like, I have the big honking machine. Like, why do I need this? But honestly, I grab this when I just need to do something quick and I don't want to get the whole big thing out.
I get it.
I don't have tons of room to make a huge mess. Or if I already have a huge mess going, like a sewing mess, and I do need to quickly make something, like, it does all the same things. Look, the little blade, it's just a much smaller work surface.
I love that. So if I did want to just do a whole bunch of, like, quick titles or adding the words onto things, that would be perfect. And
Exactly.
two, if it's right now what you can afford, at least it's something you can start with, right? Or I bet a lot of ladies would take that when they go to a crop, wouldn't they?
Absolutely. This fits, like, literally in your purse. It's less than 5 pounds. It's like, it's super light. It's super portable. Yeah, 100%. If once SCT has their, like, events in person again, this is the kind of thing that you're bringing to the ballroom and plugging in, because it's not going to, you only have so much space at your table, right?
I love it too, because everybody would be gathering around your table saying, "Ooh, I've seen it, but I didn't know." And you're like, "I know. Let me show you."
And then you're cutting out, like,
cool things.
You're cutting out, like, wood veneer, like, titles for everyone's pages, and not, you know, having to pay like $5 each for each one. You know what I mean?
I love
like,
it. I love it.
Yeah.
There's some good questions on here too.
All right.
Betty wants to know, how do I add on after the fact? So Betty, did you register already? And now she maybe wants to know how, like, she can, I think that's the question, right, Betty?
Yeah, let me show you. So if you go to homemade.ca, that's where we're reading all about it. If you click anywhere to register, that brings you to, whoa, there's my face.
Like, look at Jen's shirt. You made that. I'm
totally.
You got to show me now how I order my the heat thing.
Heat press.
I'm Vicky.
And I want to tell you guys, once you register the event, you're going to get a coupon for 10% off any new machine, but you only get to use the coupon once, you guys.
So you can only buy one thing with the coupon. You can't buy, like,
you can
everything.
buy as many things as you want, as many machines as you want. It's only one coupon per customer. So it's 10% off.
You have to buy it all at the same time.
We're learning this. Okay, I thought you could just use it as many times as you want, but it is one time. So if you want the heat press and you want the joy, put it in your cart at the same time, because that's how you're going to get the discount. Okay, so someone asked, how do I add on afterwards? So if you're looking at the computer here, there's, like, the landing page for the registration site. You'll see the Cricut event. You also see my sewing event over here, but we're going to go to the Cricut event, and you can see the homemade virtual event with Cricut, add-on classes, and payment plan. So we get that crafting, you know, basically makes you broke all the time. We all live in the same world. I get it. So if you want to spread out the payments, you can. So add-on classes, you can click there. If you've already registered for the main event and you're going back and going, you know what, I should have gotten the one with the markers. So now you can just click on that and you can add that to your cart, and just go ahead and check out. It's not going to charge extra shipping at all. We will put that in your original box. We'll get the info that you got your main event kit, and then we'll add on, you know, the Sunday marker class if that's what you want to do. You just have to go and add them on. If you are now like, I only registered for the main event, but I do want to add all three, because I just should have chosen Give Me Everything, then go ahead and add all three to your cart, and message me, because I'll give you a code so that you can still save the $50. Because if you take all three or the Give Me Everything bundle, you save $50 off the price of the whole event. So here on the main Cricut registration page, you see main event right here, or Give Me Everything. And the Give Me Everything is $50 off right away. And of course, if you're signing up tonight, you want to use Vicki's code, which is Vicki with an I, VICKI 20, and you'll get another $20 off. So off of Give Me Everything, you can save $70. Plus, if you register by tomorrow, you will be entered to win the new Cricut Maker 3, which is what Vicki got set up tonight. I hope you're ready to make a cut soon, Vicki. Like, you know,
dude, I made lips. Now the whole world is open up to me.
Mwah!
I love this. Like, I could do this in the infusible and put it on the butt of my jeans.
Yes.
I'm telling all the things that I could do. But I love this. And you know what is fun for this whole night and what we're doing is there's lots of people out there who probably signed up and had questions and didn't know. And I love that that's answering their questions. There's a lot of people out there who had no clue this was even a thing and now have that option. I'm sure there's lots of people out there who thought, I don't need a Cricut, and now they all want a Cricut. And so I love that. Or people are just entertained hanging out with us tonight. And you know,
we love them too.
I love it.
Love them too.
I'm
We'd love to hang out with them
about this. Like, look, all my tools go and can do this, right? Like,
and
I'm
it also
already.
So, Vicki, I'll show you a little trap door here. Open up your machine, and I don't know. Can you see here? If you open up your machine, there's a little trap door right here.
This? Oh
yeah.
My gosh.
Yeah, you can store lots of stuff in there. And this part right here is actually magnetic, so you can store your extra blades in there and they won't roll around.
In the side with the little nubbin, or the other side?
This side here where there's like
I
a
see
little...
it. There's a magnet. I see it.
Yeah, there's a magnet. So you can store some of your tools in there, and then the ones that you need to have handy, you can put right in the top there. And you know what this is for here, and lots of people don't realize until they're, you know, they've been in it for a while. You can run the Cricut off your iPad or your phone, and there's a lip here to put your iPad in. Or if you just want to watch Netflix, that's what that's for. Because it runs off of
Cricut off my phone.
Totally, just download Design Space on your phone, or on your iPad, which means once you're there, like when you're out and about, you could be designing your project, and then by the time you get home, make it. That's what's so cool about doing it like on your iPad and stuff. And because you're going to sign into your same account, then once you get home and log into your computer, it saves it in the cloud and however that works. And so it's just there when you sign in again.
Does it work with Android?
For sure. For sure. Of course.
Yeah, I would not know that because my kids tell me and all I know is Apple. So
tomorrow,
what's the good? I'm like, I don't know. Look, I have a hard time figuring one thing out. I'm the last person to ask for all of the things. But I'm very, very, very excited. Now you have opened this whole world. And I'm just like a lot of you out there that I will buy the things because if Jen has one, I have to have one. Like I want, and not in this how that sounded. I mean, like I see you making things and I want to.
No, but you get inspired by other people for sure.
But I will often buy it and it will sit in the box.
No,
so
don't let it sit in the box.
That tonight forced me to open it, but now I never want to put it away.
That's good.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like
totally.
It's like even just for cut files, which to me are amazeballs. Like makes everybody feel like a Picasso. Yes. I love that anybody can be the most amazing paper crafter or crafter of any sort just by that. And there are amazing artists out there that have beautiful things that we can download for free. You can get free SVG files. You can pay for them. Love that. But now there's this whole other world open up that I can make mugs and I can make t-shirts and I can make home decor items and costumes. And when I learn how to sew, I can cut things that I can applique.
Yeah.
I freaking love it. All from this one machine. See, and that's how I look at it, right? If you have the dollars, I'm always like, you might as well buy the one that you're going to be able to do all the things.
It's true. It's true. But honestly, I don't want you to feel like if
No.
you don't have the dollars that
You don't
this
have
isn't
to.
for you. Like there's
Yeah.
such good deals. Like I put a link in the description. You can just surf the sales that are on Cricut.com right now. And it's free shipping to Canada and free duty, by the way. Cricut's going to cover all of that for Canadians.
Wow.
So that's really cool. Someone's asking if the $249 price tag is only until July 15th. That's how much it is, $249 Canadian. The July 15th is the early bird registration, which puts you in the draw to enter or to win the new Cricut Maker 3 from Cricut Canada, which is so generous of them. I have a feeling there's going to be some more nice prizes to come. They've been really so great. Tamara.
There was another question about if they have the Explorer, can they do the purse class?
If you have the Explorer, can you do the purse class? So you want to make sure you have the knife that will cut fabric, because we are going to be cutting with the rotary blade, which only works in the Maker. So long as the blade that you have will cut fabric, sometimes you need to do a couple go-arounds if you're not using the rotary blade. So I'm going to say yes, because I have cut fabric without the rotary blade, but we will be using the rotary blade in the class, and that's what you're getting in the box.
So if you sign up for that class, you get the rotary blade. I love it.
Yeah. So, and you should know, like in your box, Vicki, like you undid a lot of the stuff. Basically, I sent you what we have so far.
Yes.
But so far, I packed that in that box, and there's still a lot more to come. So we've actually had to order bigger boxes.
So there's even from what you sent, there's still more going to come if you have signed up for all these things.
Yeah, like there's still paint to come, brushes. There's like all the sweet treats to come, because there's some of the kids. There's the popcorn that we have become famous for, like in Catherine's events. We're going to include some of that. We've got a cool enamel pin that we've ordered. There's like lots of cool bonus stuff. All the fabric, none of the fabric for the clutch is in because it's not in yet. Yeah, so you got the fabric, the zipper, the lining, all of that stuff's coming in the bundle, which you didn't get in your box yet because it's just not to me yet, but it's coming.
I love it. I'm very excited. Thank you very much for doing this with me tonight. Cause like, look I cut lips out. I have so much more that I'm going to be able to, here, question. So now if I'm totally new, so for me to take this off, I have to put the transfer stuff on it, right?
Remember I put it on the transfer tape? Like it was like us, like squirrel. we went down a different rabbit hole. But I've got the transfer tape on here. And so you want to make sure it gets on the transfer tape.
Yes.
Because now you can put it anywhere.
Anywhere.
And you can, before, if I was to peel that off with my finger, you run the risk of it sticking together. Now, if I want to put it like you've got it on the top of your Cricut or on my iron or something like that, wherever I want to stick it, you're going to put it down on your surface. You're going to get a little scraper, or I think you actually get the extra large scraper in your box. You're going to scrape that down on whatever surface it is that you're going to put it on. Not that I would put it on the mug, really, because we will heat press that. But, I just don't have a surface to put it on. Maybe I'll just...
Yeah, but I understand. And then you just burnish it off, right?
Yeah, burnish it off, and then you'll peel that transfer tape off.
And I can try to reuse that transfer tape as many times as I can.
Exactly. Put that transfer tape right back on the backing, and you can use that many more times, especially a small piece like that. The bigger pieces are tougher, but small pieces you'll definitely reuse many.
And when you want to remove these, they're easy enough to get off. Depends what you put it on, right?
You can buy removable vinyl, which is very easy to come off. The permanent vinyl is tougher to get off, but I've still taken it off.
Okay. I love it. And what could you put this vinyl on?
So I would say any non-porous surface.
So I couldn't put it on wood because it just wouldn't.
I was just going to like qualify it, but I also wrapped the kids' entire treehouse in this mountain range design. And it's on the wood. I also did a carpet on Tamara's deck. I don't know if you're following me on Instagram. Here, let me see if I can even find my Instagram to show you some of these. Because they went on wood, and it's been no problem. Like she's had the carpet on her deck. What would you say? A couple weeks now, eh, Tamara?
Yep.
And it's rained, and see what I mean?
Oh, so cute.
Yeah, so we did like a faux carpet with the Maker 3 because it'll do those big, long cuts.
Yes.
And yeah, and it's been rained on, the dog's on it, the furniture's back on it, like the tables, and it looks like a carpet, but it's not a carpet.
That's amazing. And did you make that quilt?
Yeah, of course.
See, I need to learn how to freaking sew. I want that quilt.
What else have we? Oh yeah, like the big images, like yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Where's the tree house? That's what I was trying to find. I can't remember
and
where.
Patty
anything.
was asking, do you standard mugs fit in the mug press? Jen had said earlier, it's not the size that it's not the size that counts. It's
in this
the
case.
coating
In this
on
case.
the mug. There's a special coating on the Cricut mugs that makes the ink infuse.
There's 2 sizes right now of Cricut mugs. There's a small and a large, depending on how addicted you are.
How much is a mug? An idea?
I think like a 6 or a 4 pack of mugs is like $10.99 or $9.99. They're not very expensive. Cricut did the right thing by, if we can only use your mugs, not pricing them like crazy. You know what I mean? Like you're not going to the dollar store and finding much cheaper mugs, but you do want to use the Cricut brand mug because they have the special coating that allows for that infusible ink to stick.
Okay, but like you said, you could test other ones. You're just not guaranteed that it's going to work.
I totally actually do want to test it and see.
Yes.
I have the mug press right here, Vicki, just to show you like how it works is that like the mug goes in. This is going to probably fall off. The mug goes in. I know you guys can see Karen here. It's all right. It goes in like this. We'll get to the overhead, but I've got the mug. It goes in with the ink around it. And this is why maybe the dollar store mug won't work. And then you push down on this, and then this sort of really clamps right around it and gets it gets warm, like hot. And so you kind of leave it alone. The handle doesn't get hot. You can still touch the handle, but it beeps when it's done. And you just have to lift it up, and then the pressure loosens. So I'm gathering that these are also not only the coating, but the perfect size for the actual machine, since it's going to like, see how it kind of encapsulates the mug there. And then you pull it out and like presto, you've got like an amazing transfer. Like this is so fun. And it's true. How many mugs do you need? You don't, you need one really. The thing with the mug press is that it's so fun. It's so fun. And it's so easy that you're like, and impressive that you're like, huh, I can't believe I made this. So now it's like,
they come up with other things. Like I want ones that don't have a handle.
I'm sure Cricut's going to come out with lots.
I think like wine glasses, like there's lots of things that will come out. Yes.
I'm guessing that if they're not going to stop just there. I have no inside information.
No,
Zero.
but it would only be smart,
I would think,
right?
Why not?
If you want people to continue to buy and use your product, you would come out with lots of different things that you could use it with.
I'm guessing. And you know what? Like, I do love the idea of the kids like writing something and, you know, me just sending it to my mom. Like we all just need one mug. So I love the idea of giving them out to the teachers with their names on it, even if they do just put their pencils in it, you know, or what about like putting your logo on them and giving them out as like prizes, right? Like you could do a little giveaway. Vicki, oh, that's good. A Vicki Boutin giveaway. Get a Vicki Boutin mug.
I love it.
That you made.
And custom underoos.
Exactly.
I'm telling you, I think the underoos are. When I was a kid, man, I wanted the underoos. Like I wanted the tank top and underwear with Wonder Woman on it, or the Wonder Twins, or whatever. Like that, they need to come back in adult sizes. I'm telling you.
But they're not going to, so we can make our own.
I will custom make Vicki Boutin underoos.
I can't wait for that post.
I love it. You know it's going to happen because I need the heat press and I'm making some freaking underoos. I won't give those as a teacher's gift though, because that might be a little creepy.
Yeah. for sure. Especially
I
our
love
kids
this,
like in
though.
university.
Yes, especially if the kids are in university.
Hey, I made you these. Okay.
Weirdos. I love it though. I'm very excited. And
I'm glad. I'm so glad we did this. I'm so glad we did this. I hope you learned a little bit and it's lessened your like fear about like what is this thing and can I even get it going? And you realize for sure like
and it
out of the
encouraged
box.
me to take it out of the box, right? Like it's
Yeah.
I love that. And now that's so friends, take it out of the box, plug it in and cut your lips, your bear, your crown, whatever. Like do that initial thing because when you see it's that easy, like I'm not afraid now. I want to try more things. Like, you know, you'll have that one thing. And I know for me, for sure, I love to organize. So I love the idea of finding fonts I love. Yeah. And just doing that. And I don't feel like that would be a huge time consumer either. Like no. I could sit in there and all it's going to take me is to find the font, type out the words, cut them. Right. And I can cut a whole bunch on that piece of vinyl. And then you, like you showed, just cut it out. Right. Cut each word out. Yep. Remove, like do my weeding, put my transfer tape on, and then I'm ready to go Saturday afternoon. Right. Totally. Honestly, you can do that so fast. And you'll get to the point where you use Cricut. Like what I found anyway. And like I said, no one's paying me to say this. And to be honest, I've even represented other brands like on TV and they're all great, like for sure. But I always kind of came back to my Cricut because it was just easier to use. It's just easier to use. And honestly, there's tons of support for this one. I do because I own multiple machines and I have to say, for a novice right up to an advanced, there is tons of content. There are tons of YouTube videos. There are tons of users that share. So I love that. Yeah, there's a huge... going to bring all the boys to the yard. Everybody in my neighborhood's going to want to come over here and try it out. The Cricut community is really strong. And that's why Cricut Canada, like they've come to Canada and they've said, we're going to do this event. Not because we're going to make like a ton of money on it, because honestly, there's $700 worth of stuff in that box for $250 Canadian. Okay. We're not making, they're just saying we want to give back to the Cricut community because we know once you start using Cricut in your life, and that's how I've started using it. I use it as much as I use my home printer. Like instead of like printing something off or cutting it, the kids use it constantly. There isn't like a bulletin board that doesn't go up that doesn't have some sort of like, you know, this week's schedule or the menu or whatever. Well, you know, and all the ideas, just as you're talking, all the freaking ideas are going through my head. Like, why do you even have a laundry room if it doesn't say laundry, wash, fold, dry? Like, it could be like, we could make a whole spoof video on like, once you get it, like, I feel like it would be the music from Beauty and the Beast. Like I'd be Belle just dancing through my house, labeling everything. I know. Like we've labeled to the point where the kids' bathroom mirrors all have like Harry Potter glasses that they, when they're brushing their teeth, try to get their eyes into. Like it's just everywhere. And that's just like how you end up using it in your life because you don't always need to go out and buy huge, like you're using tiny little scraps for all kinds of, like you can do your whole spices with like this much vinyl, basil, rosemary, thyme, you know, like printing, like doing the stickers and letting the Cricut write out rosemary for you on like a cute little label and not stickers. I didn't even think about stickers. Like you haven't even gotten to like vinyl. Yeah. And we haven't even gotten to print and cut where if you want to print an image, take a photo of it, then have it cut around like, you know, your favorite, your kid's sports team's logo. You just want to print it out and iron it on. No problem. It'll print and then like print on your home printer and then the Cricut will cut it out. There's so much. There's just so much. Oh my goodness. Like, I know. I know. It's a good thing we're not on real TV or else we'd be getting the cane like 2 hours ago. Like, hurry it up. Look at people who want to be here are still here. Other people, when the live is done, they can fast forward through all this, but what this was very genuine today because I did just get this, just came.
Yep.
I had no clue what to do with it. And now just talking to somebody who is very well versed and has been a Cricut user for a long time, I love now that you just kind of walked me through. I'm not afraid to try the things now.
Good.
And it's okay. I don't have to know all the things. Hi, Simon Hurley. I don't have to know all the things right away. Right?
I see a question for Jen. Will the class weekend be recorded for later and review? This is a great question because lots of people are maybe out of town or they can't do all the classes all at once. Everybody gets access. Yes, they're 100% recorded. We'll send you a link and you can access them for a full year after the event and then some. You'll also get granted into the Cricut Classroom on Facebook, which is a private Facebook group, which will open about a month before the event, where people are going to start sharing and talking and getting excited. We're going to do a live box opening. All of the links will be posted there beforehand, and then you can continue to go there after the event because people are going to be making projects for the months to come. So even if you don't end up doing one project till October or the new year or whatever, it's all going to be there as a resource for you to use. Tamara.
That's perfect. And there's good questions here, right? See, you have like helpers. I'm always used to being all by myself. So look I'm doing everybody's job. So that's a good question. There's a couple in there. So that's a good question from Patty Thompson.
Yeah. If I sign up for the weekend, would I have to, can you read it? It's so far away.
Would she have to have a good handle on it? Like if you were brand new green. No, see, Patty, and I'm going to be right there with you because we all know, in all honesty, I'm probably not going to be doing much with this, and because
until the event.
Until the event.
So, yeah. Right? Until the event. That makes
one too.
Sense.
Let me see.
Because
there was another one I liked. Here's a question, because I saw Simon, who's on here, card maker, stamper, awesome guy with his own line for Ranger, and he has great taste in shoes. We're friends. I love Simon. So here's something that popped into my head. So this is a Canadian event. So how does that work if Simon wants to buy a Cricut using the VICKI Boutin code to get in there? He's going to take the class. He's going to get that 10% off. How does that work? Where are the machines shipped from? What prices are they, like when they go on, are they shopping right from your website?
So if you're shopping using the code, the 10% off code that we're going to send you, you're going to shop from Cricut.com. So it's going to ship from the US or Canada. So I have heard people in the UK and in France. I'm not sure Cricut.com ships there. Like I think like from Cricut.com, I think you have to buy from the UK, and our code is good from Cricut.com. If you wanted to use the code and have it shipped, we could ship it to you and use the code. We could ship it to you with your box. So you could have it shipped to our address and then we could ship it with your box. However, you would be responsible for the difference in the voltage and that kind of thing.
Ooh,
if you're
that's a good one, depending where.
Yeah.
Because these are good questions. Because look, I have friends that are here from New Zealand.
But there are people taking part in the event from all over the world. I will say it is an extra shipping cost. There's someone from Dubai who's paying $105 for shipping.
But they're used to that. Like that.
They
a
are
lot of people who do that. They're used to that, right? Like it's like you want to partake. But see, there was a question: is this just for Canada? No, that was answered, Cheryl, earlier. It's for international, anywhere.
Totally.
But there are some specifics, like what Jen was just saying. Depending where you are, there could be additional shipping costs. If you order a machine, you have to make sure that it has the correct voltage, which I would think a lot of people would probably understand that.
Yeah. And so, and I apologize if like I don't sell Cricut machines. Like
you're not doing that. You're just doing the class side of this.
Yeah. Like I'm hosting the event and I'm teaching one of the classes. The coupon is through Cricut.com. Yeah. And so, like if you can't get the 10% off in the country that you live in because they don't ship, I'm sorry, but we will ship you the box of goodies and you can buy a Cricut wherever you live. And trust me, the amount of money you're going to save in that box alone more than pays for the shipping. and whatever the 10% on the machine is, because there's so much in that box that you'll be able to use no matter what country you buy your Cricut from.
And here's, because earlier there was a question that was like, what if I have all of the things? Can I just take the classes at a different price? But I would think, wouldn't you still need new cutting mats? Wouldn't you? Like, a lot of the stuff in there, one is consumable, right?
For sure.
Paints, inks, all of that, vinyl, it's all consumable. The only thing are the tools. Like, there's only a few things that you wouldn't need in the box. I'd have to say,
right.
like, even if you are a seasoned Cricut user, everything you're going to get in the box, why wouldn't you want that value?
And can I tell you, if you don't need, let's say, another paper trimmer or a tool set, put that brand new with tags item up on Facebook Marketplace and charge double for, you know what I mean? Like, charge like $5 less than what you would pay at Michael's. You're still going to win. Sell it to a friend or whatever, put it up, or just keep it in your roster of things, because you know what? At some point, this little tool, which is my favorite, will go missing and you'll be glad to have another one.
Yeah. You know, and that was just one of those things as we're talking, I was thinking about it. And I'm like, oh, that's a good question. But then in the back of my head, I'm like, a lot of this stuff's consumable. So
totally.
When you get, like, what did you say? The value of the box is?
It's more than it's $650 of just Cricut stuff. And then we've got up to about another $750 when we get all
the other stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
We got some IKEA stuff in there. The blanks got IKEA are so fun to trick out.
What did you say the value, like, for everything is $250?
You pay $250. The box on its own is probably worth $7. I think we calculated at $717.
But the $250 Canadian, Jen, is like, if I said, give me everything, is the $250
is the main? Yeah, $250 is the main event. Okay. If you want, give me everything, it's $350. Okay. And then you're getting the markers, you're getting the 3 extra classes, you're getting the fabric, the zipper, all the extra things.
Yeah, so that $350 isn't just for the classes, it's the content you get to do all those classes.
And you know what? Like, we're paying all the teachers, we're paying all the experts. Like, there's going to be so many special guests. There's going to be workshops on, like, how to start a business with Cricut, how to take care of your mats. Like, there's all kinds of, like, different add-on things that aren't just the classes. It's a whole weekend full of amazing craftness. Like, is that even a word? Craftiness? Like, there's all kinds of things that's like, oh, this isn't project-based, but I still am totally interested in how do you best sell your stuff? Where to find awesome blanks for less money. There's lots of things like that this group, and we're going to be bringing experts in. We're promised some Cricut royalty will show up. So we've got some big names that are planning to make surprise appearances, which is really fun for people who are already part of the Cricut community and know what's what. So yeah, I think it's the classes, it's the box, it's the entire experience, the Facebook group, the community that you're going to be a part of. It's great. It's great. It's going to be really fun.
So one more question.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 more. I see that. So that is $20 off the VICKI 20, right?
With an I.
Yeah, with an I. And another question was there's not an option for access only with no box, right?
Well, so okay.
Are you considering that maybe?
Well, a couple people have asked me this, and this is why I say we're paying the teachers, we're paying we are buying all the stuff for the box. And because Cricut is helping us, fill the box, part of that allows us to pay the teachers and honestly, there's been a big thing in crafting these days. It's like, don't work for free and don't work for product and, things like that. So the people that are participating and teaching in the event are getting paid well. And we want to make sure that happens. And so part of that is integrating giving people the value of the box for the $250 so that we can spread it around.
So when that $250, the price, a lot of that isn't the box.
It's the experts,
right?
Yeah, we're paying these experts to come. And these aren't just Cricut users. These are Cricut experts. Like, you have a question, they know the answer, and we're doing it in French and English. So if you have questions, if you want to watch the entire class in French, because that's your first language, because instructions, it's important to understand. It's not like a live like this where maybe you pick it up here and you can kind of make do. we've got lots of people from France who have registered, who are going to be listening to the classes in French. So we want to make sure these people get paid. And
I get that. Like,
yeah.
and why I asked, there's zero apology, but it's good for people that understand that Cricut supplying a lot of these things, your value is in the education, and there is a payment plan, right? So for people who you have that option of maybe, I get it. Like maybe you buy the machine and you're like, oh, I just put that out. Now it's tighter to get like purchase the event. But
for sure.
Yes, I love that there's clarity there, and you're paying for the knowledge.
You pay for the knowledge. I mean, we have to buy the supplies.
You get a great box of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, we do have to buy the supplies too, but Cricut's really helping us with that. The payment plan is here, you guys, because lots of people wonder about that. So if you go to the registration page and click on payment plan, we sort of did a bit of an honor system here, because we could have bought an app that would charge you interest and fees and all of that, but we didn't. We just said, okay, if you want to do the payment plan, we'll just let you add the first payment to your cart and then come back when you can, and add the second payment and then the third payment and the fourth payment. It just basically spreads the payment out equally over 4 payments. So just make sure you pay before the beginning of the event.
But that's a good thing, that you have to be paid in full before the beginning of the event, which is September.
The last weekend of September. So September 23, 24, 25. So make sure you're paid in full by then, because, we'll have sent you the box, and, we're happy to let you come and pay when it suits you. You don't have to have it paid by like the first of the month, and, maybe that doesn't work for your schedule. So we're happy to offer the payment plan. Just make sure you've got it paid off by the time, and you just have to go and add whatever payment it is that you're making to your cart. There's no extra shipping or anything like that. Check out, make the payment, all good.
And the event is 250 Canadian. And then if you want to add everything, those additional bonus classes that are on the Sunday, it's 350 Canadian. And you can use VICKI, VICKI 20 for an additional $20 off.
Yes, exactly. The Give Me Everything, it takes $50 off even before that. So if you're doing Give Me Everything, you'll get 70 off.
Yes.
If you use 70 off.
And if you register by tomorrow, you still can be entered in the chance to win the brand new Cricut Maker 3.
Yeah. Cricut's going to give one away. Look at my desk. It's just filled with Cricut equipment.
And yes, Donna, that's in Canadian, but even if you're in the US, you get an automatic 25% off. That's how you look at it.
Yeah.
So it's all in Canadian dollars, no matter where in the world you are purchasing from.
So
even though I keep saying Canadian,
like $211 or something.
Yeah.
So sad.
I keep saying Canadian, just so you know that $250 is Canadian. Mm-hmm. And if you're in the US, just look at it as what the exchange rate, you get that off, right? I always say it's 250 Canadian or $4 US.
Yes, there you go.
But for us Canadians, we're always used to that. We pay a little bit more.
Yeah, for sure. And that's what we so rarely get stuff that's like originating here. We so often are piggybacking on US events. So I love that this is, we're shipping from Canada, it's broadcasting from Canada, but we're going all over the world. The content's the same no matter where you live.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's a great event. This was a lot of fun. One more question before we wrap it up, our 12-hour live, because I could just stay here all night. Look at that. So look at the exchange that they're doing. And if you're in the US, you don't pay tax on that either, do you?
It just gets cheaper and cheaper as the days go on in the economy.
I look with the dollar. So Lise wanted to know, where does she email if she wants to put the add-ons and get the discount? Like add the second day on.
She can email info@homemade.ca.
There you go, Lise.
Excellent.
So I hope what is kind of super exciting tonight is there were lots that are already signed up, and now they are going, okay, like I didn't really get that's what was going to happen on Sunday. So I love it that this was very informative, a very informative evening.
That's good.
Yeah, I am excited. I'm excited to partake in the classes. I will be there causing lots of trouble like I do. And I can't wait to learn all of the magical things, the majestical things that this thing can do. Like it's very exciting.
Just joined and she has an Explore 2. Perfect, Elizabeth. You're totally good with your Explore 2.
Will it cut the wood veneer?
Totally. You're getting the deep blade in the box,
So
which will go
blade.
in. Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Which is coming in the box. That blade alone is $49.95. So, you know, it's coming in the box. Yeah, it's coming in the box. So yeah, it's going to cut the wood veneer, no problem, on whatever machine you've got. Tamara.
What if you have an Air?
Yeah, no problem with the Air. No problem.
So the magical thing about this, the Cricut Maker 3 is the no mat thing, right?
Yes, and the bigger cuts. The long,
like, right? If I wanted to put supercalifragilisticexpialidocious across my wall, I don't have to worry about it only going to as long as the mat will go.
That's right. Like your hello there in the background, no problem. You're cutting that with the smart material. It's doing it all in one cut. So the spacing stays all the same. You'll weed the big part around the hello. You'll put the hello on the transfer tape, put it on the wall. Just saved you $100.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Love it.
Can they view the classes at a later date?
Yes. So people are asking, can you view the classes at a later date? For sure. You have access to the entire thing for a full year. So even if you only get through one project on the weekend of the event, or even if you're just signing up because you just want the box, because you've been to Michael's in Canada, which is one of the only places you can buy Cricut stuff, and you're like, you know what? I'm just going to get outfitted. I don't care if I even take the classes. I already know all about, I already know how to use the Cricut. I just want the stuff. Cool. Fine.
But
whatever.
I love too, the info will come back there. So when I'm like, oh, I'm going to do this again, I'm going to get a refresher. I can just go watch that video quickly again.
Yeah. And
Susan said, and it cuts faster. That's the other magical thing, right?
It's 50%. It's 2 times faster than the original Maker.
I have zero patience. So that to me is like, take my money.
I did a race video on my YouTube. I don't know if anyone follows me on YouTube, but you can find where I race the original Maker and the new Cricut Maker. And it really is a lot faster.
I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, it cuts a lot faster. On the smart materials, it cuts like 50% faster. Oh, Shannon signed up. That's so great. Thank you, Shannon. I'm excited to see you there. Teresa's like,
we're going to have fun, man. And even because like, I don't know what today is. So even if for some reason that maybe I'm teaching the same weekend or something crazy is going on the same weekend, I love that I can pop in and out.
Yeah.
Right? Totally. I'm not going to miss, all the stuff is going to be there. I'm not going to miss anything.
And not only that, Cricut is also going to provide all of these project files for free. So you're going to be able to go in and like basically have your way with Design Space, which is going to be really, really fun. You know, just to be able to have access to whatever you need for that weekend for those projects, you know, it's great. Geraldine's asking, can we cut chipboard with the Air 2? You're going to want to use the deep blade, and you may need to go around, like do a multi-cut. So it may need to cut your image or your word like a couple of times to get through the thickness. But yeah, it'll cut it for sure.
Is it a Cricut chipboard?
No, any chipboard.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I love that.
But like I said, I remember I cut this poster board one time, and it did take me close to like 6 passes to finally get through. It was so like the stuff that you use for framing, you know, like that mat board.
Yes.
So thick. But it did cut through, and it looked crisp. But it did take a few go-arounds with the deep blade. Tamara.
And you probably don't want super intricate cuts, right?
No. Yeah. Big block letter kind of, or shapes for sure. Tamara.
Linda's asking how she finds you on YouTube.
Oh, Tryon, A Homemade Life. That was my old blog name. I'm just Homemade now, but or maybe if you search Jennifer Tryon, let me just find it here.
It comes up with Jennifer Tryon.
Oh, if you type in Jennifer Tryon, does it come up? Let's try. Maybe I should know my own YouTube, Vicky?
I just Vicky Boutin for everything with an I.
Yeah, Jennifer Tryon, I think works.
See, and that's a good thing. That's now leading into that. So make sure if you just happened upon us tonight that you are following on all of the things on the Instagrams, on the YouTubes, on the Facebooks, Make sure that you're subscribed. So whenever anybody posts anything new, I am the worst with self-promotion. So because you asked, I'm going to say, just make sure, go and find all those things.
There's Vicki.
Right?
If you're not following her on Instagram, you better, because her stories are awesome. And look at your beautiful daughter.
Oh, she
Aww.
is fun. I'm trying to get her to craft with me.
And look at your new collection coming out.
It's coming out.
Oh.
So they just informed me they're shipping me the paper. And then guess what, friends? I have another new collection coming out, and we will introduce it, I think, the end of August. It's coming out in September. So if Christmas isn't your thing, there's something really awesome that will be coming out.
Wow. Vicki, you know your salsa and guac bowls?
Yes.
You'll be making those yourself.
Oh my goodness, I love it. So
because that font,
totally use that special ladies similar font.
Yes, that font is in there, and you'll just be putting that out.
I love that, because then I can just customize to like art things.
Totally. Like your hello sign, I've already told you about that. That happy Easter, you'll totally cut that out yourself. Over the rainbow, all that stuff is things that you can now.
And now I got to figure out how to do my handwriting though. Like, how do I do that? I would like to do that.
Yeah, well, we can go all through that. Like,
I need to figure out how I could make that into a font people could buy.
Ooh, yeah.
That'd be fun. Oh, and the question was, do U.S. customers pay duty? I don't think that's a thing, is it?
No, it's under $800, so there's no duty going to the U.S. There may be some duty going into Europe because it's not shipping from Europe.
Yes.
But the last event, some people said they got it or had to pay it, and some people didn't. So you know how it is with duty. Like sometimes it is and sometimes it isn't. So, you know.
I'm so excited. This is going to be freaking awesome. Like,
okay, we
better all these things. So just so everybody out there knows, Jen might regret all of this because she's going to be like doing stuff, and Vicki's emailing her. How do I do this?
I'm trying to make my logo into a mug.
I have a dream, Jen. How do I make it like happen?
And I'm like, oh, Vicki.
Oh my goodness, Vicki, leave me alone. Why is she at my house again?
Vicki, I'm on the air. I can't be making your underoos today.
Come on, Jen. I need them.
Figure it out. You're a smart adult.
My underoos will match my emotion for that day, right? So I feel really happy today, Jen. I need happy underoos.
You're gonna have underoos that like span all the spectrum.
I'm telling you, it's gonna be a thing. I'm gonna make a thing. I'm gonna make it a thing.
Your underoos. This is my happy place.
Now I have to find like woman's size like wife beaters.
Oh God.
And I need
like possibilities are endless. You can just like keep going in your mind, and you're gonna walk the aisles of Walmart or Target or wherever and be like,
I could
totally make that. I will tell you, once you start doing this, it makes everyday life and just shopping very difficult, because you'll see a cute something and you'll be like, I could totally do that myself.
We're crafters anyway. We've been doing that for years. We're just up in the game. Like, I love that now I can go into the home decor store and find a wood sign that I feel needs a subtitle. And then I can add a word onto it and make it just better.
Exactly.
I can elevate. I'll be going through and judging everything in HomeSense.
You know how you say, like,
I can do that so much better.
Yeah. Beach. If I lived at the DD beach, like, how many beach signs? No one lives at the beach.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure some people do, and we can just be jealous or happy.
Yeah, I am jealous of them.
We can be happy for them.
Those people are beaches.
This was lots of fun, and it's 11:03 now, Jen. You know, like freaking, and this is all my fault because this is what I do. Anybody who does Friday Night Live with me will know. Like I say, it's gonna be a short one tonight, and then I get excited about what I'm making, and it's like, sorry, that was 4 hours.
All good. You know, you're talking to your peeps here. Like I could talk about it all night long.
I'm excited. And then I feel like lots of people out here are excited too. Yes, baby onesies for your family. Yes, totally, Debbie. Like
Yeah.
for
And
when
don't even get
they
me
take
started
those
on, like,
pictures for each month, right?
Yeah.
I love
the
it.
3 months, 4 months, the Christmas pajamas that you're going to buy blank. Everybody going to have matching pajamas, which is a blank front. And then you're going to, like,
Oh
you
my
know,
goodness.
Boutin family Christmas, and everybody, even if it's just a white t-shirt and the plaid pants, you can now every year finally have matching pajamas that don't cost you a fortune.
So I should apologize now for all of the social media posts that are going to make everybody vomit.
Yeah, it's good.
Is there,
It's like, oh no, Vicki, another one. Like, did she really have to model those underoos?
is there a limited space to sign up for the event?
There is limited space, yes. And we're not there yet. You can still sign up, but I would say we'll probably be at capacity by the end of July. The way it's kind of going, the registration is going well, and we can only get so many of like each product. So we do have to cut it off at some point. So, you know, if you're thinking about registering, I would register. Because I can't tell you when we're going to cut it off. We had to cut off the early bird for the Maker 3 because we want to make sure it gets shipped to whoever wins it in time for the event. But yeah, I would say if you're going to register, might as well register now, because then you'll be entered to win the Maker 3. And in the next day or so, we'll send you out the coupon code for 10% off a new machine from Cricut.com. So if you're been sitting on the fence and wanting a smart cutting machine or an electronic cutting machine, hey, you might as well get a better deal if you're going to, and then learn. You'll be an expert at using your machine after this event. And you may as well, if you're going to dive in, know all the things from the get-go.
I'm super excited. I love this. Like, I have to say, for a beginner, this is like an awesome opportunity. That one, I don't have to wait. I'm going to be set up with a box that has everything I need to get started to do all of the things.
Yeah.
And then I'm also going to learn how to use it, all the stuff in the box. So yeah. I love that. Like, it just, to me, is the perfect way to get started doing this.
Yeah, 1,000%. Like, I wish I would have taken something like this when I first started with Cricut, because it does take years to really know the ins and outs. And if I could have spent, and literally every time I do a project, searching YouTube and then going down that rabbit hole, and like the time it wastes, just not
that you could be making.
Yeah. And so honestly, you devote a whole weekend, you know, put the husband or the partner or the kids, whoever, out of the house, or just hole down in your basement or lock yourself in your room and learn what there is to learn about your machine. And honestly, it'll serve you for years to come.
I love it. I'm super excited. Super excited. Yay.
Thank you, Vicki.
Thank you so much, Jen and team. All of the behind the scenes there that I'm sure are like, can we go home now?
They might be slowly going like.
I can imagine what vinyl signs they're making and showing you right now.
They're thankful that sometimes I make them a mug.
Yes. But now
the only perk of this job,
to like bourbon or something, whatever's getting you through. Whatever's getting you through.
Helping me out with these lives is that sometimes they get a mug.
Thank you, team. And thank you, everyone who joined us tonight. This was awesome. Even if you just came for pure entertainment value, we love having you here. And I'm excited. I'm signed up. I'm ready to go.
And let's do something where you teach me next time. Like, let's do a page or a little album or something where I'm going to
mix media.
Join you.
I'll send you some Vicki Boutin stuff and my new stencils and stuff, and we'll do all of the things.
Yeah. And let's do it again where next time you get to boss me around more.
That's okay. I like to be told what to do. If I'm learning something, I'm totally okay. I can take it.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. This was awesome. This was awesome.
Okay.
And I
bye,
think
everybody.
All the questions are answered, right? So thank you so much, friends. I don't think I have to do anything, right?
Wait, hold on.
What?
Pause, Mara. She's saying, hold on.
Let me just go back and see if I can find. I think most of it, everybody's saying thank you. Can you use the Cricut 2 for this class?
So I'm assuming she's meaning the Explore 2. Yes, you absolutely can. Or the Air 2, you absolutely can. If you can use your Cricut with your computer, if you use it with your computer like Design Space and not the cartridges, then you can totally take the classes for sure. How much is the t-shirt class on Sunday? I don't see it listed. It's listed there. I think it's $39. Or you can get it in the bundle with everything. I think the class is $39, but like the actual box of markers is $49. So it's a good deal. It's honestly, we were pricing that and we were like, you know, I want people to like, basically you get that class for free. Like even if you just sign up for everything, like the product alone is, if you sold all the product and never opened it, you would make money.
I love it. And Patty, yes, mine is the Maker 3.
Yeah.
Mine is the Maker 3.
You don't need the Maker 3 for the event. That's just the newest Cricut machine out there. The same way you don't need the newest iPhone. You could be using the iPhone 6 like me. But you can still make calls and surf the net. You know, it doesn't have to always be the latest and greatest.
It's not a flip phone, right? So we're all right.
It's not a flip phone, so it's
winning.
Something.
You're winning. I love it. So thank you, everybody. And thank you again, Jen, for suggesting this. I'm very excited. But now the one thing I'll be texting you about is I need a mug maker. I need a heat presser.
Yes.
And I don't want a little one. I need the full big one. So I have to figure out what I'm ordering and what I need to go
and
with
you
it.
definitely want to use the 10% off coupon. So you've registered for the event. So in your email, you'll have something that, an email that comes and says like, thank you for registering. Now here's your exclusive code. Remember, you can use it one time. So make your big purchase. I would make it all now. And if you need to return something, at least you use the code. Yeah. And you'll get 10% off any machine. So whatever it is that you're wanting to order, have at it.
One more question. Do you get the discount if you do the payment plan? Yes, right? As long as you pay on time. Yep.
Totally.
See, it's just like back in the day when we did layaway.
Yeah.
You still get the sale, man. You just can't get access until you pay the full balance by the day the class starts.
Well, and honestly, like you're not getting the box for, until the beginning of September anyway. So if you need to, take we're getting close now, but when registration first started, like in May or June or whenever we launched it, it was a little more spread out. But now, like, you can go and make 2 payments and then make another 2 payments, or make one and then make them all. Whatever works for you, I'm cool with. Whatever helps you out. That's why we did it this way. So we weren't charging people interest or fees based on an app. And I just want people to get it in any way they can afford to get it.
Because that's what we're like, right? It's like even we put it all out here and we know that, we put all the things that make everybody want, but we want to make it as accessible as possible.
For sure. And, like we want people to have what they need. And I wanted it to be priced in a way that was like, okay, we want it to be accessible for people. We want to make sure they're getting good value in the box. You'd never be able to buy all this stuff at the store for even half of what the cost of the box is. Plus you're getting all the classes. And there's going to be tons of prizes that weekend. It's going to be really fun.
So because we have people just joining us. So yes, if you're in the US, you get the discounts. Yes, if you're in Canada, like it is just because we're the Canucks, you still get the deals. Because Barbara was asking, do you get the discount if you live in the US? Still got to buy my Maker 3. Yep. Yeah,
totally. And 100%.
If you sign up for the event, make sure you use your VICKI, VICKI 20 to get an extra 20 off. And yes, just for the value of the box, and then the deals for all of that stuff, right?
Yeah, for sure. Awesome. For sure. So you just go to homemade.ca to register. You can, that's where you can check everything out, and just click any of the register buttons, and that'll take you to where you put the event in your cart. You'll see the Cricut event up top here. This is the homemade virtual event with Cricut. You can either choose the main event or the Give Me Everything, which gives you all the Sunday classes. And then you're just going to press add to cart and check out. The shipping automatically gets put on depending. It's a flat rate, $29 shipping. Sorry about that. There's just like literally nothing I can do about that.
Well, you can't control shipping costs.
I know.
That's what I always
sorry.
say. We don't make any money. It's not a profitable thing.
No.
You just have to pay what you have to pay.
Exactly. So sorry, I have like tons of things in my cart here, which you wouldn't normally put in, but, and it'll add the shipping. If you're shipping to Europe, just put your address in. If for some reason your address doesn't come up, For example, a woman from Dubai registered recently, and she was trying to put her address in and she couldn't get a shipping rate. Just email info@homemade.ca and we'll make sure that we tell you what the shipping rate is if you're in a far off land from us. That way you know going in ahead and you can decide if you want to pay it or not. I will tell you there hasn't been a shipping rate yet that has been more than the value of what you're getting in the box. So you're still on the winning side, even if you do pay, $80 or $90 shipping. For sure, you're on the winning end with the value in the box. So if you can't find,
you're talking about is for internationals, right?
International,
Like
international. Yeah, like, and far international, like Dubai, Australia, New Zealand. Those were some of the higher shipping rates. Dubai, I think, was the only one that was over $100. But they paid it because, like, where can you get some of this stuff?
Well, they probably couldn't buy any of it in Dubai.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? For the value of everything they're getting, if they would have bought that all individually and shipped it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is, for some of those things, when you sit down, a lot of times you're like, oh, I could get it cheaper. And you usually can't.
Yeah.
You usually
can't get this box cheaper. That's for sure.
No. I'm super excited though, Jen. And the questions are still coming in. And friends, the other thing is most of them have been asked too. So if we don't get to them, one question was, can you cut fondant on that? Will this cut fondant?
So Cricut used to have a machine called the Cricut Cake, and that was used for cutting fondant. People still do cut their fondant on the regular Cricut machines, but Cricut and anybody that, like, I guess promotes Cricut or endorses Cricut probably would say this is not food safe. When you have a food safe machine, it goes through an extra level of inspection, which means it can come in contact with like oils and things like that. Even though I swear my pasta maker, half the time it's got like black oil like coming out on the pasta. I don't even know how this is food safe. But anyway, people do YouTube it, but I'm not I have to tell you officially, even though I don't work at Cricut, but I'll tell you officially, it's not food safe. It hasn't been graded as food safe, and they don't make the Cricut Cake anymore. But still, I think lots of people do it. Tamara.
The everything set, does it include the cup and the t-shirt press?
No. So the Give Me Everything doesn't include any machines. So you have to have your own Cricut machine to participate in the event. We will do a mug press demo and a heat press demo during the weekend, so you can learn about, what settings and show how different things work. But you do want to have your own machines, which is why Cricut is offering everybody who registers 10% off if you want to get a new machine. So you do need to have a Cricut machine to participate.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Barbara was saying $24 to shipping to the US, not bad. And that's Canadian.
Yeah. Yeah.
So just like, and I think us Canadians, because we're used to ordering tons of stuff from the US, and we are used to paying duty and brokerage fees and all of those things. I have to say, as somebody who does ship to the US, you guys are way on the winning side. I think our shipping rates are better now out of Canada than they are US to Canada. So that 24 US is like just slightly more than a medium flat rate box.
Yeah.
What you like, it is 24 Canadian dollars. It's for the size of that box. That is a huge savings.
Yeah. And there's some states like Alaska and Hawaii that we're still
that's
giving.
A little bit more.
We're just eating it for them
because it is Alaska, Arizona, California.
Yes, they're more expensive.
Of them are way
some of them are up. I know we've priced them out. Some of them are up like 30, 35. We're just like, it's fine. $29. It's good. We'll eat the rest because it's a lot. We get it.
Can they use PayPal?
So we didn't set it. You can use PayPal. We didn't set up PayPal on Shopify because it's just another middleman, so to speak. If you really need PayPal, like it's the only way you can make it work, then message info@homemade.ca and we can try to set up a separate invoice for you. We did that for someone today. It's not a problem. We just didn't do it. Like if you can just pay on your credit card, like through the registration site, cool. If you have a lot of money sitting in your PayPal account and you want to use that, and it's the only way you can do it, then message info@homemade.ca and we'll work something out for you.
Perfect. See, look at it's an all stop shop.
Well, because
You'll do all of the things.
When you're, we talk about shopping local and supporting, female run businesses. And, like I hear all this all the time and I never know if I'm actually doing it. But then sometimes I think like, you know what? Like it is all women who are here with me tonight. And it is me and I am in my basement and I am organizing this. Like you are shopping local. You are supporting women. And it is one of those things. It's like, that's why, there's no interest in the payment plan because I just don't think that's really fair. And that's why if you need to do PayPal, just message me and it's me that's going to write you back, or Tamara who's right there. It's all of us that are going to be touching all the things that you get. And so by participating in this event, yes, Cricut's a big company, but you do, and we are using it, but you're supporting me, you're supporting Vicki, you're supporting Tamara and Karen, and it's
all
really,
the makers
really nice
that you have coming, and yes, and a lot of the people that are here, and there might be some guys out there, you never know, that it is, for me, it is, we do touch all the things. We are the ones that are working 7 days a week. We are, so we do it because the passion and love for the hobby. The passion and love for the community, and it is, and that's why when you reached out and like, do you want to do this live? I'm like 100%. I want to support you, Jen, because I get it. I know personally that, like, look at it's 11:20 and we're still at it, man. Because I never done talking about or being excited about learning the people that I meet and get to spend time with. That this community, like it's. People don't understand until they become part of it is, I don't know. It gives back as much as we do. It gives back tenfold. So
for sure.
Betty's
asking, she's got an older Cricut that works with the Genie. I forgot about the Cricut Genie. That's a while back. It can hook up to her computer. The Cricut Genie was one of those first like bridges between like real computerization and like the old school Cricut with just the cartridges. You could upload your cartridge to the Genie. What actual machine do you have, Betty? I'm guessing that you have maybe like, I'm thinking your Cricut probably is too old to do these classes. However, I'm thinking all the materials in the box will still serve you for your machine. So you may still be able to participate in terms of like making all of the stuff. You'll just have to be able to do it with your own cartridges that you've uploaded to the Genie, if that makes sense, because all the materials will still work. You just won't be using the files that we're using. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense to me. Like you still the material work, you just won't be able to use the actual art files.
Denise is asking about how to use the payment plan, and when she's doing an add-on class. So let me just get out of here and I'll show you. Basically, if you're adding anything else, you're just going to add that to your cart. So if I'm adding the main event to my cart, I wouldn't add the actual main event. I would add the first payment plan. So I go to not give me everything, but the main classes only. I'm going to put in the first payment, add to cart. And then I'm going to go to the add-on classes and I can either add that right now and pay for it. And I can pay for like this one right now with my first payment plan, add to cart, or when I come back to pay my second, I can add an add-on in then. You can add the add-ons anytime. You just have to go and add them to your cart. There's no extra shipping that it costs. You can pretty much add them at any time. But the add-on classes don't get spread out in the payment plan the same way that the main event does because they're significantly cheaper. Like it's $59 for this. Oh, it's $59, not $39. $59 for the t-shirt class. That you pay in one lump sum, but you can pay it whenever you want. So you can come back at a later time and just add that if you want.
Perfect.
Is it all making sense?
I think it is. This is tons of info.
Yeah, I'll comb back through the comments and the live in the next, 24 hours, and I'll try to respond to any questions that I think didn't get answered. Or you can always message us at info@homemade.ca if you have a very specific, how much the shipping costs to my address, in Ireland or something. We can work that out for you.
I'll hand deliver it to Ireland.
Yeah, me too.
The shipping costs will include Vicky's flight, and I will show you how to plug it in because I know how to do that now.
Yeah, for sure.
I can show you how to plug it in and make some lips.
I love it.
I love it too.
Next event on location, like a cruise. Oh, Cricut cruise. Yes.
I love it.
We're going to get the wheels turning.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Cause it is,
it's bedtime.
Go to bed, man. Like
bedtime.
I look at this, got to go to bed. Got so much work to do, right? That I was going to stay up and do some work tonight, but I'd have to say now at 11:24
you got to go to bed.
p.m. I'm going to go to bed and I'll start fresh tomorrow.
Good idea. Good idea. Everybody start fresh tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Thank you, Vicki, for doing this with me tonight.
Thank you for having me. This was fun. We'll think of lots of different reasons that we can get together and do this.
I like it. I like it.
I love it.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye, friends.